That's how I really nigga. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Remember screaming fuck school, just trying to chase a little bread. First that boy dropped out of college, then he caught him a bit. He ran off with this and that shit, that's what so-and-so said. He gon' surge it like some gas, but he know damn well it's mid. He thought his partner crossed him out, but it was all in his head. Oh, you say you want to smoke, that boy brought all of the six. Never second guess a house stepping, don't you never renege. That's how you never renege. That's how you never renege. OG say that's how a real nigga play. That's how a real nigga play. OG say that's how a real nigga play. I was grabbing 2 and brought back 4, that's what that network do. I was in that trap, I was working hard just like the warehouse nigga. I can never trip you all online with that hate in your heart. I'm a businessman, I've been giving credit like I'm working at Vasa. Remember taking trips out to Chico, cause I can't smoke me no mid. I'm trying to stay up out the way, cause I just dodged a little bit. They gon' try to trick you off the street, they see you got shit going. He gon' flag me down to set me up, but shit I'm already knowing. I need that top shelf smoke, only elegant flights. Cabernet Sauvignon, it's been a hell of a night. This kush gon' take me away, it sweep me right off my feet. I twist a split, take a sip, then gonna catch a little drip. I count up 10 every week and then break that shit right down the middle. We double up, we can't do loss, this nigga's not a beginner. I gave a base a couple O's to try to get me a runner. His granny thought he was on point, then found out he a sinner. Come on. Remember screaming fuck school, just trying to chase a little bread. First that boy dropped out of college, then he caught him a bit. He ran off with this and that shit, that's what so-and-so said. He gon' surge it like some gas, but he know damn well it's mid. He thought his partner crossed him out, but it was all in his head. Oh, you say you want to smoke, that boy brought all of the six. Never second guess a house stepping, don't you never renege. That's how you never renege. That's how you never renege. That's how I real nigga play. That's how I real nigga play. That's how you never renege.
Thanks for the slap, Ali.
Smoking gas in this bitch on the Twitter space. Yeah. Don't tell me you love me, that ain't the truth. Got my eyes on my paper, I need the blues. I'm sticking to the script, but we don't fuck with Tom Cruise. OG told a young nigga you gon' lose if you snooze. On coast to coast, we known for making them plays. You doing all of that hating, that nigga think he Stephen A. I can't even tell what it is, I can't even peep out his motive. I gotta keep protection on me, I ain't talking about Trojan. I can't tell you 3-4 times, I can only say once. Every time I wake up in this shit, you know I gotta go get it. I've been feeling like Master P lately, I've been having no limits. I can't commit to none of the gimmicks, I've been dodging the critics. I'm hearing snakes, hate, rats, but shit these days I can't tell. He can't come the way he want, the folks gon' give him the job. Come the way you want, the folks gon' give them the chill. I pull up wine, kick my feet and recline. FBI start paying weekly, niggas dropping them down. So many locked behind the cells, they can't get back their time. Come on, don't tell me you love me, that ain't the truth. Got my eyes on my paper, I need the blues. I'm sticking to the script, but we don't fuck with Tom Cruise. OG told a young nigga you gon' lose if you snooze.
Thanks for the slap, Ali.
I prove it to myself before I prove that shit to you. I was out here thinking I was supposed to be the one that stayed at school. Got kicked out campus, dorm got searched. They think I robbed the bank. Got me feeling like Tim, cause I swear this shit done came the harder way. He swear he pee, but he only gon' fuck cause that boy got a car and a chain. He wanna hate the player, but he really know he need to hate the game. I was taking trips to the left coast with the bows, just trying to make a name. I thought I was on the right path till a troll got behind me and hit the lights. Pack touchdown in Gainesville like I'm Percy, telling me that I'm more handsome in person. I been found my purpose, can't pop me no perky. I tapped to some shit you can't reach it like cursing. I'm tapped to some shit you can't see to believe in. Some shit you can't see to believe in. OG on trap on Sunday like a deacon. Name ain't Steven, he tryna get even. He hide his mind, he gon' fight through the demons. Lost in his mind, he can't find him a reason. I prove it to myself before I prove that shit to you. I was out here thinking I was supposed to be the one that stayed at school. Got kicked out campus, dorm got searched. They think I robbed the bank. Got me feeling like Tim, cause I swear this shit done came the harder way. He swear he pee, but he only gon' fuck cause that boy got a car and a chain. He wanna hate the player, but he really know he need to hate the game. I was taking trips to the left coast with the bows, just trying to make a name. I thought I was on the right path till a troll got behind me and hit the lights.
They say black is not a nation. That's cause dumbass nigga, you an American. So you got the truth, but every claim need clarity. He wanna land his plane, but that flight path is terrible. You quoting white man and ask for the clarity. Then you get mad and start to cry when we won't. These niggas swear to God they got the truth, but they really be lying. You just hate where you from, so you made up a place. You put feathers in your cap, you thought it covered your face. You said ideology prove that shit, nigga, that's not what it say. You just lost in the sauce, nigga, you kept, that's facts. I've been patient, but this shit is a whole never subside. How you read one post and you think you decolonized? You say you aboriginal, but you not tied to no tribes. You misquoting Barry Fell, my nigga, you lied 4 times. You misquote Barry Fell, but nigga, you lied 4 times. You don't know your rules, but you be talking like a prophet. I heard your whole lecture, and that shit was just gossip. You say the Mayans was black, but that's just doctrine. You can't explain a single source to my nigga, you need to stop it. You saying black folks was here first, okay, prove it. You like essence amount. You just hate where you from, so you made up a place. You put some feathers in your cap and try to cover your face. You say etymology prove that shit, that's just what you say. But you lost in the soft, you preaching that shit, no faith. I've been patient, but this nonsense will never subside. He read one post and saw that he just colonized. They say they aboriginal, but they ain't tied to no tribes. You misquoting Barry Fell, my nigga, you lied 4 times. He don't like America, that shit way too vivid. He said we was never slaves, like that shit sound bold. Came with Anatoly Flamenco, like that shit cracked the code. I don't know why you came with that shit, man, that shit been debunked. You been saying the same shit for like 5 months. I feel like I'm doing the same shit in the cycles, nigga, bite the bike. He told me correct my stats, but he still living broke, make it make sense. He posting all day with no jobs, nigga living in past tense. This nigga keep saying land is playing, but he ain't even flying right. That boy Albo Grifting conspiracies his whole life. I can't trip by things you say on niggas, you can't prove shit. You niggas be really lame. You don't know your roots, but you be talking like you're a prophet. Your whole lecture was lame, my nigga, you need to stop it. Everything you did was a whole bunch of posturing. You said the Mayans was black, but that nigga, that's just a doctrine. You can't explain no nigga source, you need to stop it. You say the blacks was the first ones that was really here. Like somehow they erase all the whips and all the tears. Like cotton ain't real, like the dots ain't even motherfucking A. Acting like the boats ain't dock. We all just popped up out the K like some crops. You niggas dumb as fuck, the niggas ain't think about it. You was half-baked, everything you said was bullshit. I don't give a fuck what you said, my nigga, you ain't got no source. I'm trying to ask this nigga, but he been wasting my time. I told this fuck nigga I ain't finna keep wasting my time. Let's go. fuck niggas, what you mean? Say you native, but you fraud, that's Clout, nigga, we know. Hey. Hey. Say you native, but that's Clout, that's fraud, nigga, we already know. Quoting fairy tales, boy, you know we know how that shit go. Faking views, faking news, cause you don't want your numbers to be low. Whole panel full of circus niggas, this a fucking clown show. Faking streams, faking dreams, my nigga, you still chasing clout. Quoting Dr. York, my nigga, you know this a fucking code. You quoting the Washington Empress, nigga, that's all she wrote. But the only thing they standing on is them license plates. Say you owe me, but your granddaddy from Kentucky. That's a Tubi movie, my nigga, the script real clumsy. All them hours on the stream, but your cash low. You popping Bud Ice cans, nigga, smoking Newport shows. Faking pride, faking facts, that's a religion. Ducking real debates, my nigga, you don't want precision. Say Egypt's in America, nigga, that shit is all fiction. You quoting Barry Feldman, nigga, but he don't even say what you be saying. You talking copper colored tribes, but you be bending the facts. History ain't even a costume, nigga, you out here playing the act. You ducking out of sea, my nigga, you must be late for class. You streaming all them niggas, my nigga, just out here talking out your ass. Whole doctor sounding goofy like a TikTok skit. Truth knocking out your door, but you don't wanna let them in. Say you created civilization while your Wi-Fi lagging. Panel hopping all night with the same pseudo bag. Say you native, but you fraud, that's Clout, nigga, we already know. Quoting fairy tales, boy, you know we know how that shit go. Faking views, faking news, cause you don't want me to see your numbers low. Whole panel full of circus niggas, this a clown show. Faking views, faking streams, you faking dreams, you chasing clout. Quoting Dr. York, my nigga, you know this a fucking code. I'm just trying to figure out, my nigga, you know that's a fucking code. Hey. Yeah. Come here. You be wasting time online. These don't even want to check the case. I don't give a fuck about what you say. These niggas broke on Session 8. How the fuck you online all day? Nigga push up trying to get to the facts. These niggas trying to cap. I don't give a fuck about what you said. Nigga, you need to adapt. Damn, Obi. Better bring a fucking source. Hey. Call them cheap gossip, boy. These niggas online with no trial ties. Say you Indian, then take a DNA test. You know it don't lie. You panel hopping all day long. You out this bitch just trying to chase the views. You faking debates, you ducking the smoke. We can't even fuck with you. Every chat room full of the bots, my nigga. We know that's just a dead crowd. How you claiming you revolution, but you just broke and loud? Sean P waiting for debate, but you scared out this bitch to address the facts. This ain't no movement, nigga. I'm trying to tell you this just a Reddit thread at best. Hey, 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 it's just a Reddit thread at best. Hey, come here. You faking views, you faking proof, you faking tribes, you faking facts. I can't fuck with none of that shit you said, my nigga, it's all cap. Every stream is sound the same. That's just some old cat recycle. Everything you say the same. I can't even fuck with your idols. So you woke, but your sources, they all inspired. It's an old ass coat with no source, you need to just retire. He say Egypt was in the Rockets, but you need to start the capping. You got that shit from Horace Butler, my nigga, ain't even finna rap with you. You taking maps up out of context, and I told it for me go in your captions. Every day is just a lie, that's why your camera off, you're a bad actor. He just do this shit for YouTube clicks, he really a non-factor. He talking about everybody else is Neanderthal, but he the one RH factor. He keep yelling he aboriginal, and I don't know the half. You dumbass, you African American, you need to accept your path. I'm asking you for a source, but you keep trying to change all the directions. Now this nigga talking and talking and talking about some status correction. You arguing 5 hours, no receipts, that shit is not in your hand. That's an etymological fallacy, nigga, I know you don't understand. Your whole doctrine is full of YouTube clicks off Instagram. How you the fuck grown and you still following behind another grown man? You say you native, but your grandma, she from Virginia. But you sound like Rachel Dolezal, nigga, you cannot change your image. It's 12 hours on the screen, but you still broke, that's a comedy. You a coat with no receipts, and I'm telling you that's apparently. Hey, it's cheap boss up boy online. These niggas online with no ties. Say you Indian, just take a DNA test, you know it don't lie. You panel hopping all day long, chasing views. You faking the bass, you ducking the smoke, we can't even fuck with you. Every chat room full of the bots, my nigga, you know that's a dead crowd. How you claiming revolutionary? You know you just broken loud. Sean P been waiting for the bait, but these niggas, they scared to address the facts. This ain't no movement, nigga, I'm telling you, this just a Reddit thread at best. Hey, this just a Reddit thread at best. One take too, nigga, real shit.
Yeah, let me hurry up. Man, so I think this is hilarious. Peace. I'm back with another grifting off low IQ, and I'm not. It's shit just falling in my lap. That's how I'm feeling. Shit is falling in my lap. So I've been doing this whole campaign. I started on the Nick campaign, Nick Fuentes, and this whole Groyper movement, and then God rest his soul, Charlie Kirk passed away by the hands of allegedly Tyler Robinson, and we find ourselves here, right? The same time I'm trying to explain who Nick Fuentes is and what these Groypers is, the public is trying to figure out who is a Groyper. I think it's hilarious. So the fact that the fact that we got mainstream gang task force, we know they do this in the black communities where the people, the same people who are supposed to be knowing the gang lingo, knowing who's beefing with who, knowing what territory is what, they don't know nothing about it. Everything they say be wrong. Same shit when it comes to the counterintelligence with the terrorism shit. Everything they saying be factually inaccurate. They come out and they say this transgender symbolism. Then we find out that's been retracted from the Guardian. They come out, they say he had on a democratic socialist shirt. We come to find out that was retracted. That's not even him in the picture. That's a whole different white person. So what we see is a coordinated effort to control the narrative, whilst at the same time displaying a lack of care when it comes to actually getting out the truth. This is what's really going on. So I want to play some clip. One, I want to play this clip right here because this is
Robinson, the alleged suspect in the shooting of Charlie Kirk, was a leftist. Another example of media spreading theories without facts. Yesterday, The Guardian published a report based on an anonymous quote from a classmate, allegedly, of Robinson's, in which the classmate claimed that Robinson was this leftist. Right-wingers on the internet grasped onto that, ran with it, and it spread like a wildfire online. This morning, we now have an editor's note. Quote, this article was updated on September 12th to remove summarized quotes after the verified source who attended high school with Tyler Robinson said after publication that they could not accurately remember details of their relationship. This comes after the Wall Street Journal quietly retracted its story about the transgender ideology on the bullets. Another example of how the media ran with the story without properly vetting it. Spread the word because people need to know this and follow along for more to come soon.
get out. Get out. So, so as you can see, get out, goofy. So as you can see, Tyler Robinson, right? This is a post from Dinesh D'Souza. He's a respected individual. He says Tyler Robinson is very conservative parents' worst nightmare. Oh, I'm sorry. It's every. See, look, I can't even read. Tyler Robinson is every conservative parent's worst nightmare. Sends your kid to college where he is radicalized into a violent anti-fascist by the sly, scheming leftist professors. We need to put radical academia on trial along with its cherished product, Tyler Robinson. Look at this propaganda. And shout out to Ryan Grimm, because I fought with Ryan Grimm. And I got if y'all don't know, y'all sign up for drop list. It's a website, Ryan Grimm. They do great reporting over there. He also is a part of Breaking Points. I think it's him, Sagar and Jetty, Crystal Ball, and Emily. I forgot Emily's last name. But they like a cohort. I like them. I like how they do it. You know what I mean? They Ryan's the left, he's on the left, Crystal's on the left, Emily's on the right, Saga's on the right. Saga's on the right. And what happens is they allow for real discourse to go on. We get to see the right's opinion and the left's opinion. We don't get propagandized when we watch their show. So Ryan Grimm says he's so good. So Ryan Grimm, he says, I cannot emphasize enough how stupid this is. He did one semester of college in 2021 when schools were not even meeting in person, and then he dropped out for trade school. So again, this rhetoric is straight propaganda. He went to college in 2021 online at Utah State. Utah State is like BYU, is like a diet BYU. BYU is the Mormon school in Utah. You can't even have sex on the campus. If you have sex as a football player, you kicked out, you lose your scholarship. They are super conservative on on the BYU campus. Utah State is known as a baby BYU. Their colors is blue as well as BYU's colors is blue. They are the smaller version of BYU. They not totally Mormon, but they are essentially Mormon. If he would have went to the University of Utah, that's a little bit more like open to everybody. It's a university, right? Nah, we're not talking about that. He was online for one semester, and you talking about he was radicalized by sly leftist professors. This is a game that they playing with the public because they think y'all stupid. They think we stupid, right? So this is another clip. Hold up, let me see. I got a lot of shit back here. So we got to establish what the Groyper's wars is to be frank. Hold on, I got a lot of clips. I think we're putting in that word last night. All right. So look, I'm going too far back in the thread. That shit might have to be loaded up a little bit. So this post is interesting. I like this post. So in this post, let me pause this first of all. So in this post by John Harris on Twitter, he says, I find the opportunism in the wake of Charlie Kirk's death insufferable. And I feel the same way. And somebody had the nerve to comment under one of my live streams talking about I was grifting off of someone's death. If you have not noticed, the topic of my conversations every time I go live is either about Jeffrey Epstein, Nick Fuentes, or the state of the black community. That's what I'm talking about at all times. That's what I launched this channel, and that's what I said, you know what? I'm gonna pivot and do. And I'm gonna sprinkle in some sports content on the weekends. That's what I said I was gonna do. I'm bringing a light on the political tip because I understand that, like I just saw happen with the Charlie Kirk incident, older people don't know what's going on. They don't understand the dynamics of these splintering groups. This is like we're watching in real time what happened like with rock and roll happening to the conservative party, where you got this big umbrella called rock and roll, but then you've got grunge, you got punk, you got classic, you got alt, you got emo, you got salt, you got all these different names under these same banner. That's what you got going on the right with these conservatives. You got the red pills, you got the black pills, you got the Groypers, you got uh all these different splintering groups that make up the same faction or the same conglomerate of ideology. They come together on two or three things. They stand together with their identity politic game that they play, right? They all stand on being white nationalists. They all stand that white people are smarter biologically and genetically than black people. And they stand on that this is an America first country for white people. There's people in these movements that literally believe you cannot be an American citizen if you're not white and from Europe and have a Christian background. If you can't be some type of other white and be a full-fledged citizen in these people's eyes. And I'm not speaking out the side of my neck. I'm speaking from well-versed, well-disciplined research into these organizations. The same amount of time that I spend chopping it up, talking to Aboriginals and Hebrew Israelites and Moors and Pan Africans about shit, I did the same thing on other spheres, right? I first bumped into this shit really when I was in the crypto space, coming into contact with these different memes. And when I'm talking to these different people on these different Twitter spaces, I'm noticing a lot of these people, they are extremely right wing, they overtly racist with their commentary, but they be trying to be your friend. Like they want to be cool with you, but they want to denigrate the people that they don't respect. You know what I'm saying? And then, I'm not one of them type of people, so I never really clicked in them different Twitter spaces. I became like a somebody that was kind of like a pariah, somebody who was like, I really speak my mind and my music speak for itself at the same time. So when I'm moving units over there, you know what I'm saying, getting people to purchase my stuff, I'm noticing people are pushing back, people are feeling some type of way, people are starting rooms and talking shit about my music and shit I got going on. But it's really because they're trying to big up some random white dude who's rapping, who got some shitty ass quality, and his content is how he talking about nothing, right? So I'm noticing that there's dynamics when I'm in the NFT crypto space where it's like these niggas is heavily right wing and they really don't like black people to the point where black people gotta pander to other people online who are liberal. They gotta put in front of their like in front of their content uh support black creators and shit like that. And I hated trying to pigeonhole myself into the whole black creator category. So I just left the whole space in general. So I'm like, bro, I'll come back. And I made a post and I told the niggas I'll come back when people like me have entered the space of Web3. I left Web3 back in 2022 because I noticed it was right wing, super conservative, and the type of rap that they like was garbage. You know what I'm saying? I'm just being honest. I was sitting in Twitter spaces. Everybody playing their music. We doing song battles. We doing this person. If he win, we buy their NFT. And some of the songs they was picking was trash. And a lot of days, like my shit sold. I'm not tripping about my shit. I made what I wanted to make. But some days I'll just be in there hanging out trying to build my brand, trying to gain awareness. You know what I mean? Have my face like this face that you see, this the profile picture that you see on all my social medias. It comes from this era when I was on the NFT wave, and I had somebody actually create that for me. I gave him a picture and he recreated me. So anybody be like, damn, you really look like that picture because he recreated me. Like literally, I told the nigga, hey man, make sure you get my dreads right. I need my dreads to look exactly how they look in the picture. So like I was in that space, I was in that wave, I was heavy to the point where I was learning Python. Some people don't know, but the origination behind the NPM, that's code stuff. That's package management. Get off my back. Let me tell you this. Hold on. Let me tell you this. I got a hoop ball over here.
Here comes a rabbi to tell us why. Without a shadow of a doubt, he is being paid by them. That is why he is doing damage control on their behalf. because he is on their payroll. And someone who is on the payroll of a foreign state making excuses for war crimes is not somebody that you can trust on anything. That's not somebody that you can take the good with the bad. How can anybody take him seriously as a Christian? How can you go up there and pretend to be a godly man? Why? Because you tell people to get married? Oh, look, I have my kid. You know, he posted the other day, he's on Fox and Friends, and his daughter runs up and jumps into his lap. And we're supposed to look at this carefully manicured public relations material and say, aw, what a family man. What a good Christian. He's practically a pastor, the way he evangelizes the young. Well, it's a good thing Charlie Kirk's daughter doesn't live in Gaza, because his daughter would have been fucking murdered. It's a good thing Charlie Kirk's daughter was born to a rich man in America who lies for a living and is paid by billionaires to do it, and wasn't born in Gaza. Because if Charlie Kirk, the family man, if him and his family were over there, if they were born in the wrong place at the wrong time, they would be getting shot in the back of the head for trying to get food and water while they were starving to death by the Israelis that they defend.
That's how he actually thinks of Charlie Kirk. Let me play more, because the way that he's grifting off of Charlie's death and trying to engagement farm his community is crazy, right? Now he's positioning himself as this ultra Christian. He's basically a telemarketer, evangelical type extremist. At this point, he's trying to pivot himself to garner that crowd that he has. So hold on, let me go right here. So everybody keeps talking about this Bella Ciao reference, right? I don't want to be the first person to point this out, but to gamers, Bella Ciao was not a song sung by anti-fascists, but a collectible and the background music in the main quest in the Far Cry 6, which is probably relevant because there's already been other references to gaming in his rhetoric, right? So it might be going over some heads. Let me let Jennifer build real quick. Jennifer got some interesting things to say about white people.
Quit watching NBA basketball. Quit watching sports that are dominated by African Americans. Quit going to Mexican.
Let me pause that bit up because she snapped right here. Shout out to Jennifer. She did a thing right here. Damn, I be forgetting how Twitter works. I can't click the screen. That shit took me out. Hold up. Just play the clip. Scroll up, man.
Sports that are dominated by African Americans. Quit going to Mexican restaurants. You want white culture? You go fucking live in it. You live in it, bathe in it. Like, that's the only thing that I see when you get all white people together in the United States. There's no culture at all. So they have to go borrow culture from people. Even the word woke, they've borrowed from Black culture. I went to a Mexican restaurant with my parents, my son, my husband over the weekend. And there's just all these MAGA looking people in there. And I thought, you've got a lot of fucking nerve coming in here. Coming into this Mexican restaurant where every single waiter, obviously English was their second language, served with a smile. They run a great little local business, and Oklahoma City is a better place because of these hard-working immigrants that come in here. But I cannot imagine the horror they feel when they are driving to and from work, when they might have a hearing on their legal status. I can't imagine the people who've already been taken from their lives. Right. And to see these fat ass, pink arm, teeny weeny beta pricks with their ugly ass wives walk into this Mexican restaurant and sit down and smile and be friendly. I don't think you should be able to enjoy anything but Cracker Barrel. Get your fat asses over to Cracker Barrel, but do not participate in any of the shit that makes America cool. And what makes America cool is multiculturalism. And if you want to triple Trump, and you want to browbeat DEI, and you want to browbeat gay people, and you want to browbeat Black people, as you've been doing for 400 years. And you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankles McTaco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned. Boy.
Hey man, hold up, man. We're gonna let Jen pop her shit. We ain't gonna disrespect Jen, not in my chat. You heard her? She don't play. What she call that nigga? What she call that nigga? Cankle tits? What she say? Yo, she snap. Hey yo, she got the man. She snap. She hit that. She caught the spirit of Jennifer Crawford or some shit. What's that? Jan Crawford. She caught that Jan Crawford spirit. That shit was crazy. She caught like the Holy Ghost.
And you want to browbeat black people as you've been doing for 400 years. And you want to browbeat this generation of immigrants that come over here and open up businesses earnestly, pay their taxes. You want to demonize them and call them rapists and felons and all this shit when the felon is the teeny weeny mushroom cock piece of shit, Kankles McTaco tits at the top of the ticket. I have fucking had it from top to bottom. White people that triple Trump should be banned, boycotted from enjoying the best thing that America has to offer, which is.
She said, "Hey yo," she said, "Kankles McTaco tits." Hey yo, she snapped. Hey yo, she snapped. But she made a good point though. Hey man, why y'all lads all in the Mexican restaurant? I be saying that too, cause I like to go get quesadilla. I like to go get my quesadilla. And when I go in, I be seeing a lot of MAGA hats in that motherfucker too. I be at the Cantina Louis like, damn, what y'all in this bitch for? Everybody in there watching the Gators and shit. Let my dog snap.
Is taking a very strange turn. I reported yesterday that Tyler Robinson was registered as an unaffiliated voter, and that is true as far as we can tell. It turns out that he was what they call a Groyper, which I never really heard the term before until I had to dig into it. It's an alt-right group who likes Nick Fuentes, and apparently they don't like conservatives like Charlie Kirk because they don't think they're conservative enough. Tyler Robinson was very active on places like 4chan, and he talked a lot about how he didn't like Charlie Kirk. According to Utah officials and police interviews with his family, Tyler Robinson hated Charlie Kirk because Kirk wasn't conservative enough. And according to a journalist, they said over on Twitter, apparently the GOP is scrubbing posts they made about Democrats being responsible for this whole thing as fast as they can, trying to pretend that they never blamed Democrats for everything. It's strange, but this appears to be conservative on conservative violence. Whereas the MAGA, ever since the incident happened, have been screaming from the rooftops that it was Democrats and it has to be Democrats and all the Democrats did this, the call is apparently coming from inside the House. Tyler Robinson liked Nick Fuentes, who has called Charlie Kirk a fake conservative and a gatekeeper, having public feuds with Kirk over the years. So now we really have to see what happens in the coming weeks as the MAGA find out a way to resolve this feud with Fuentes' side. And I know many of them are still going to blame the Democrats no matter what, but they can't really here because there's nothing tying any of this to the Democrats. Tyler Robinson and his entire family are conservatives. He doesn't identify as a Republican, even though his parents do. And although I didn't realize this, apparently there's such a thing as being radicalized so much by the right wing that you turn against the other people in the right wing. This is very interesting, and I have no idea where it's going to go.
No, I'm not the only one making this connection. If you go to TikTok, anybody under the age of 31 is making this connection because we grew up in this shit. We've seen it firsthand. I graduated from high school in 2014, right when this shit popped off. I was in college in 2015 when the Ferguson shit was taking place. I think that was, no, that might have been 2014. Nigga, the governor is the one who said this. Man, the governor came out and said it too. The governor said he is not on the left. So again, it's that post again from D'Souza. Like I said, they on Twitter making up propaganda, saying he was radicalized in college. Meanwhile, the boy he was in college for one semester. He did online. and that was in 2021. So let me let the lady say what you got
Here
to say.
this week. I think everyone knows the one I'm talking about. Everyone is talking about it. And please don't anyone come after me. This is not a political statement, it's just an observation. It's not just the event, it's what it exposed. We're suddenly seeing right-wing male factions, groups, ideologies splintering from each other. Black pill versus Groyper, I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly, versus red pill versus post-ironic chaos bros. And it made me realize something. Men in America have never really had a group identity, not like women or queer folks or other marginalized communities, because for most of history, the system was the male group. They didn't need movements, they had institutions. They were the default. But now the center no longer holds. They're losing that automatic position of dominance, and for the first time, some men are starting to feel what it's like not to be centered. And what happens when people feel disoriented in power? They form tribes, they splinter, they radicalize. But here's the key difference. These male factions aren't forming around shared hope or healing. They're forming around grievance, and most of it imagined, because their oppression isn't real. It's just equality finally arriving. But that doesn't make the pattern any less important, because archetypally and spiritually, this is the shadow of the masculine, trying to reorganize, trying to remember who it is when domination no longer works. Some of these groups will rot and just go away. Some will evolve, but all of them are whispering the same thing. I don't know who I am without control. And that's the real crisis.
The 12-year-old furry bashing meme. Notices bulge, ooh woo, what's that? Which tells us an important thing. This assassination was a shitpost. That is the lens to analyze it through. Another of the casings references a video game, Helldivers 2, and a specific bomb that you could send on your enemies in the game with the command up, right, down, down, down. This command line sort of became a meme in image boards where it would be deployed to kind of represent, ending an argument, but almost more so as just like, if you know, you know. And that sort of signals the in-group there. Another of the 4 casings references Bella Ciao, which is an Italian anti-fascist anthem from the World War II era that has stuck around and remained very popular online. It's been used both in left and right-wing political contexts, and it's used in a lot of video games. And then the 4th and final shell casing was engraved with, if you're reading this, you're gay, LMAO. This was a shitpost. It was designed to be maximally disruptive and incomprehensible, cloaked in layer upon layer of irony so that nobody would know what he really meant unless they were our guy. This performs a kind of nihilism that plays really, really well on particular image boards and Discord servers where this guy spent most of his life. And I say most of his life because that furry meme is from 2013. He was 10 years old when it was first posted and became popular. He, like you and I, grew up alongside this part of the internet that trickled out through the other platforms that we went on and has actually informed and driven a lot of our politics. Half of the administration right now is content creators, and all of the guys who are wearing masks, going out on these deportation raids, the guys who are staffers of Republican members of Congress in these different executive departments, the guys who are 19 years old called in by Elon to Doge things, these are all Reddit kids. These are all guys who were on 4chan in 2013, laughing at that furry meme. Now, the question everybody's asking is, was this kid a Groyper? And the question everybody's parents are asking is, what is a Groyper? So Groypers are the most extreme fringe of this kind of image board nihilistic culture that I'm talking about. They're led by Nick Fuentes, who is a content creator and a streamer, and they really are about transgressing any boundary that exists. They are like explicitly white nationalists, really bad, horrible people. The name Groyper originates from this variant of Pepe the Frog, which comes about in the late 2010s, and these guys adopt it as a kind of collective self-portrait. They make it their profile picture, they make it their moniker. There was the Groyper War of 2019, in which Nick Fuentes and his people trolled Charlie Kirk and Turning Point USA, showing up at these debate events and asking questions that would push Kirk to say things that were even more extreme than Kirk was already saying. So where Charlie Kirk took like one step toward these kind of white or Christian nationalist ideas, the Groypers took 2 steps. They demanded that he make the subtext text. One post people have been citing as proof of the Groyper hypothesis is this one from his mother's Facebook that shows him dressed up as a meme for Halloween. It seems like the meme is Gopnik Pepe, which is a 4chan meme, to my understanding. But I don't quite associate it with Poll, which is like the political board on 4chan that most people are talking about it. I see it more as like a K meme, and sort of like a rare Pepe type thing. But again, like many Pepe or Groyper memes, the core of this is a lonely male figure in sort of an immiserated landscape looking sad. And that's part of the story I wish more people were talking about. What's driving our political violence isn't just polarization, where one side is getting more radical and kind of undermining democracy, nor is it algorithms, like some have said, that are like pickling the brains of young people. It is that feeling, which these Pepe memes represent, of you're always going to be alone, you're never going to have a future, and you're never going to have a voice. And that feeling, which is by no means rare or unusual in our society today, collides with a particular set of circumstances. This long entrenched nihilistic online tradition, the ready availability of firearms, and the increasing derangement of mainstream discourse, this ambient sense of like tension and volatility that exists in the air to produce stuff like this. And we're going to see more and more of it unless those root causes are addressed and unless we find a way to offer a better future to people.
So that dynamic has not been searched enough. And that's why it's really important to understand what these groups are. So this was cracking me up about this whole thing. They're making it seem like because the person that is his roommate is reported to be his partner, that makes him somehow left wing. Like that means you can't be on the conservative side and be gay. You can't be conservative and be closeted. You can't be conservative and be into uh cat boys. So let me show y'all. Let me show y'all because what's so funny is Nick Fuentes did a whole live stream, a 24-hour live stream where he flew somebody out, a cat boy, actually. Hold on, let me play this clip real quick. And then I'm gonna talk about the cat boy thing and I'm gonna go find the cat boy clip. Nick Fuentes, the 27-year-old virgin. Nick Fuentes, the 27-year-old virgin, flew out a cat boy to do a live stream for 24 hours. Okay, let me just put this on the record. The cat boy is known to dress up in maids outfits, little scantily outfits, walk around like dressed up like what you would think a Playboy bunny prostitute would put on. He'll put cat ears on and a little furry nose. He was playing with a male genitalia on the stream. Like if you don't know what a cat boy is, look up what a cat boy is on your free time. Nick Fuentes had a cat boy streamer on his live stream where they did a whole 24-hour live stream. So for somebody to be like, how could this Groyper be into cat boys when Nick Fuentes did a whole cat boy stream and there's all types of meme culture that plays with that type of imagery and plays on that, oh, you're not gay. If like, bro, that whole shit is different. Like, bro, he literally says it's different. He says, like, I'm gonna play a clip where the nigga says having relations with a trans back in the day would mean you're gay, but now it just means something different. That's what he said for real. He said some crazy ass shit. Like, so no, that's not what I'm saying, gang. I'm not a 27-year-old virgin who talks to women like I hate them, first of all. And I'm just pointing out just regular facts. I'm not saying that the man is anything. I'm pointing out regular facts to indicate so that people can't be like, oh, this person is gay. He can't be a alt-right. There's plenty of people in the alt-right that's gay. A lot of them are just undercover. It was a whole article. You gotta look, you gotta do your own research. I'm not gonna do all the research for you. It's a whole article by the Washington Post about how when the Republican National Convention happened, that a gay dating site crashed because of the amount of activity that it was having in Washington, D.C. So that they said it, I think it said it crashed twice. during the convention hours. So, and not only that, when Laura Loomer started going at it with all these other different trad wife girls on the right wing side on Twitter, they had this. She exposed all of this stuff. There was a Washington Post article. I think it was Washington Post. I might have to pull that one up, where an escort, a gay escort from Washington D.C., he was on the record saying that his biggest plan and majority of his clients are MAGA. Then he came out and he said that one of he made a direct reference to one of them being a Senate member. He said one of them was a Senate member, he was Republican, and that he had just gotten married. He had gave all of these different details about this person to the point where you could damn near look this person up, and they was already circulating online about who they thought that was mentioned as the gay person that's undercover in the Senate. And they said it was one of them allegedly could have been the person from Wisconsin and shit like that. His family and friends did not. You can't find that quote. That's I'm telling you, you can't find that quote. You're quoting stuff from the first day. You're quoting misinformation from the first day. The first day it happened, they came out and lied and lied and lied. The next day, they came out and said, hey, everything we said yesterday, we take it back. And you still regurgitating the shit they were saying on the first day. Show me the friend who said he was radicalized. There's no friend who said that. The person that they quoted, they had to retract the statement in the Guardian. I just played the clip showing you the Guardian retracted the statement because the dude said he didn't even know him. He couldn't even explain. He couldn't even explain his relationship with Tyler Robinson. He had no relationship with him. The governor, I'm going to play the governor clips too, because the governor didn't say that. Let me finish showing what Groyper is, so that the people who want to comment on my shit after the live stream is over with can call me a racist and shit like that. Because they done already done came in my comment section dropping the hard ER. I'm not worried about none of that, gang. That shit don't bother me. You can pull up if you want to. That right here.
Groypers are too antagonistic. I think that's the reason why people like them, because we are energetic. We're not like these baby conservatives that are, they show up to these college Republican meetings with like their pocket protector and they're like, I really like Josh Hawley and I like common good originalism. And Groypers are like, it's America first, bitch. And like, we like that. But the reason why they're oppressed is these are young guys. These are young, virile, like in many cases, teenagers, 20-something. A lot of people think they're mostly white. There's a lot of Hispanics. There's a lot of black guys. They're mostly guys. And, their whole lives, they have been oppressed. They've been oppressed by, their parents, their libtard parents, if their parents are divorced, or overbearing moms, oppressed by the education system, oppressed by the media. Everything's been taken from them. Their movies, their video games, the women have been alienated and turned against them. Everything's been taken away. And, the big problem, I think, were the antagonists.
Listen, I'm gonna play this back. Listen to him. This is the movement. This is the movement's leader, and he's breaking down and explaining to you who is in his movement and what they are about. Let him tell you again.
I think that's the reason why people like them, because we are energetic. We're not like these baby conservatives that are, they show up to these college Republican meetings with like their pocket protector and they're like, I really like Josh Hawley and I like common good.
So that right there, he's sneak dissing Charlie Kirk. He says we're not these baby conservatives that go to college campuses with pocket protectors. He's making fun of Charlie Kirk, who's known for doing Turning Point USA events on college campuses, where he comes in and plays the nice guy conservative. To everybody that's on the black side, we see him as a racist, but to other white people, they look at him as a baby conservative. Understand what's going on.
Groypers are too antagonistic. I think that's the reason why people like them, because we are energetic. We're not like these baby conservatives that are, they show up to these college Republican meetings with like their pocket protector and they're like, I really like Josh Hawley and I like common good originalism. And Groypers are like, it's America first, bitch. And like, we like that. But the reason why they're oppressed is these are young guys. These are young, virile, like in many cases, teenagers, 20 something. A lot of people think they're mostly white. There's a lot of
Calling another man virile is crazy. He said these are young virile men. Like, bro, he's like, what? These is young men who can reproduce. Like, what the fuck are you saying? What the fuck is you saying?
Cases, teenagers, 20 something. A lot of people think they're mostly white. There's a lot of Hispanics. There's a lot of black guys. They're mostly guys. And, their whole lives, they have been oppressed. They've been oppressed by, their parents, their libtard parents, if their parents are divorced or overbearing moms, oppressed by the education system, oppressed by the media. Everything's been taken from them. Their movies, their video games, the women have been alienated and turned against them. Everything's been taken away. And the big problem, I think where the antagonism arises from is then you've got this conservative establishment, which is not, I wouldn't say it's the people in this room. I don't see a lot of establishment in this room. But, when you see a lot of these pundits or people on Fox News, excluding, of course, Tucker and other places, they sort of talk down to these people and tell them that the real solution is something like, learn to code, get a job. Men just aren't doing their part. Like, for example, when it comes to the women conversation. It always comes back to, men just aren't good enough. You need to put down the video games and stop doing this and and it turns into this sort of nagging thing. And so the reason why my followers particularly are hostile to the conservative establishment, it's sort of like, we're in dire straits, young men, and the people that supposedly represent our side don't represent us and don't appreciate us and are not really talking about our real problems. And that's where a lot of the antipathy comes from. And I'm sort of like an avatar of them. I'm like them. I'm of them. I'm just another one of these Zoomers, just more talented and a genius. And so they see me as like, as an avatar who has been, I've thrown myself into the machine and people see what's been done to me. And it's sort of like they feel it, they see it, they relate to it and they feel it. And so it's sort of like me. It's like I'm Joker.
Bam. So he looks at himself as the Joker. Look, like, pay attention. This is the movement. This is the movement. And then listen to this. This nigga here.
Or get troops doing something other than arresting pro-Palestinian protesters. Dummy. The Israel is our hero thing is over. That's the thing that gets these fucking bonehead conservatives caught up every single time, is if I can't beat them, join them. That's done for. It's over. It's not going to happen. You're not going to join them. They're never going to let you into the club. Charlie Kirk was in that club. He started to question the club. Now he's out of the club. You're not, there's no club. You're not in the club. They're going to kill you. They want to kill you. They want to kill your kids. Stop thinking that Israel's going to save you in whatever way, shape, or form.
So for anyone to say, oh, there's not two different conservatives and there's not splinters in the conservative party, you don't know what's going on. You're not paying attention. You've been in too many chat rooms your damn self. So if you just pay attention, you could see it's right in your face. These people are divisive. They have very inflammatory rhetoric, and it is radicalizing people and causing people to act out. These people feel disenfranchised. We just heard Nick Fuentes say he feel disenfranchised. He feel disenfranchised, and all the people that follow him feel disenfranchised. You laughing, Vino? Look up the school shooter from Nashville, right? Nashville, Tennessee. There was a school shooter. The one school shooter I know that was a nigga. The only black school shooter, bro. Go look this up. This is no cap. I'm gonna put it on the screen in a second, but you go look it up. The only black known school shooter on some random crash out shit was a known Groyper. He grew up. He was a Nick Fuentes guy. He got caught, and they went through his search history, and he was a Groyper. So you got the blacks in the movement committing mass genocide like the white shooters. So it's like, fam, What are we actually talking about? Like, let me find that clip real quick.
Groypers are too antagonistic. I think that's
Let me find the clip because nigga think I'm playing. The black school shooter. No, I'm talking about the like, bro, the young nigga. I'm not talking about the. So y'all want to talk about the trend, but we did the numbers game. The numbers game when it comes to mass shootings, 93% or some shit like that is white males. It's like 0.1% is trans. Literally 0.1%. 0.1%. That's what you're talking about? 0.1% of the shooters. But this what I'm talking about. This is what I'm talking about. This guy right here. Big fan of Nick Fuentes. Now my clip don't want to load. The clip don't want to play, man. That shit making me mad. There you go.
is that he would go to these college campuses and proclaim the name of Jesus Christ. And ultimately, that is why he was killed. The gunmen that killed him, they hated him because of his defense of Christian morality. Charlie Kirk cannot call himself a Christian anymore. Sorry, you forfeited that. I do not want to hear, and you cannot allow Charlie one more public event, one more question and answer, one more ask me anything, without being protested, without being shouted down, without being interrogated about this. This guy goes around from campus to campus in the most artificial and phony and fake way, talking about, oh, God made me very blessed that I control $500 million. Oh, I'm so blessed. I'm so rich and I'm so blessed. And oh, God's been so good to me. I'm such a Christian. Oh, the Lord, the Lord gave me the Sabbath. I take Saturday off. You sit there and call yourself a Christian and then you make excuses for the genocide of 2 million people? Seriously? You stand there and purport to be an evangelist like Billy Graham? Oh, you're the latest Billy Graham? You're our generation's America's pastor? Why? Because you said the right words? Because you said, God bless, God bless, God bless, my friend. Oh, I rebuke the devil in the name of Jesus. And then you go around from campus to campus making excuses for a famine? Years ago, that's all I'm saying. If you in the 1960s were banging a trap, I would say, what's wrong with you? Like, I would say that now. I would say, well, you're some kind of sick freak. We have all these beautiful girls, and they're normal, and you have sex with a trap. What's wrong with you? But in 2019, it's like, well, it's different. It's a different circumstance, different options. You're still disavowed. I disavow. It's condemned. It's gay. It's all that. But it's just different. I think everybody understands.
So he says it's just different.
the show. By the way, Charlie Kirk, who a week ago said, I'm doing a focus group. I'm open to a contrary opinion on Israel and Palestine. He's now doing damage control on their behalf. And one has to wonder, is he being paid by Israel? Without a doubt, the answer is yes. For Charlie Kirk to go on his show today and say, there is no forced starvation, here comes a rabbi to tell us why, without a shadow of a doubt, he is being paid by them. That is why he is doing damage control on their behalf, because he is on their payroll. And someone who is on the payroll of a foreign state making excuses for war crimes is not somebody that you can trust on anything. That's not somebody that you can take the good with the bad. How can anybody take him seriously as a Christian? How can you go up there and pretend to be a godly man? Why? Because you tell people to get married? Oh, look, I have my kid. You know, he posted the other day, he's on Fox and Friends, and his daughter runs up and jumps into his lap. And we're supposed to look at this carefully manicured public relations material and say, aw, what a family man. What a good Christian. He's practically a pastor, the way he evangelizes the young. Well, it's a good thing Charlie Kirk's daughter doesn't live in Gaza, because his daughter would have been fucking murdered. It's a good thing Charlie Kirk's daughter was born to a rich man in America who lies for a living and is paid by billionaires to do it, and wasn't born in Gaza. Because if Charlie Kirk, the family man, if him and his family were over there, if they were born in the wrong place at the wrong time, they would be getting shot in the back of the head for trying to get food and water while they were starving to death by the Israelis that they defend. And that's disgusting. It's especially disgusting in light of what he'll defend. Oh, look, his daughter's in the studio. She runs, oh, daddy. She runs up and jumps onto his lap. And then 2 days later, he goes on his show and says, they're babies. Babies are being starved to death. Well, Hamas is stealing the aid. They deserve it. It's collective guilt. They support Hamas. Release the hostages. It's sick. It's disgusting. And people need to push harder. We need to push for more. It's not good enough. Donald Trump throwing a little throwaway statement, oh, we need to get more food in there. Charlie Kirk saying, oh, I'll hear you out in Israel, but I'll basically do propaganda on their behalf. It's not good enough. You got to go, dude. You got to go. What has to happen with Charlie Kirk is one of two things. One, he needs to recant his support for Israel. Not I'm going to hear everybody out, you're not an anti-Semite. No, you need to come out and say, I took foreign money. I shilled for a foreign country, and I won't anymore. That's what we need to hear. That's option one. You can't take money from a foreign government and lie on their behalf and then say, oh, well, you know, I'm just not going to be as aggressive anymore against and calling people anti-Semites and things like that. No, you need disclosure, you need accountability. Or two, you need to leave the stage. People cannot listen to somebody that they cannot trust. In particular, cannot trust that they're not taking money from a foreign government.
So that was his climate. That's the climate of their relationship. And no, Vino, I played that yesterday. And I think I played it earlier and spoke on how he's grifting off his viewers, trying to position himself as the new holy Christian. So all of the Christians that seeking release from their sins can follow behind the Groyper nation. That's what it is, bro. It's called engagement farming. But he already engaged in farming. So I told you, bro, when I first started doing these live streams last week. I told you when I first started doing these live streams, bro, you was gonna be a Nick Fuentes fan. I seen it. It sent a little twinkle in your eye. I seen it. And we don't know. That's a good question. We don't know. We don't know who is the ultimate bag behind it, bro. But what I do know is anybody who's jumping out the window immediately saying that is most likely all right, bro. What we got to know is Israel is responsible for a lot of stuff, but they muddy the waters when they make Israel responsible for every fucking thing, and they make it not just about Israel, about Jews. It's not about Jews. It's about the state of Israel. It's about the idea being started by these paramilitary groups, and that's where the shit go down. Hold up, I had one more video. I want to do that Haganah video. I already showed how the IDF was created, honestly. So I don't even need to play another. I'll say that for my PM screen.
Behind the scenes, do you have communication with these people? Yeah. They're real. Obviously, they're real human beings. My point is that, like, is this movement, like, you guys are on a group chat and you know these individuals? Can we get a demographic? Are they older? Are they younger? Who are the Groypers?
Well, they are real human beings. They're all young white men, or there's other men too. Well, it got started in 2019 when Charlie Kirk was doing his first big college tour. And
welcome back to another base lore video. I'm your lore man. And guys, listen up. Before you swallow another word of mainstream media lies, let me break something down for you. The Groyper movement is not what Wikipedia says, not what Hassan Piker or the leftist cancel culture mob want you to think it is. Right now, what is a Groyper is trending on Google, and everyone is getting fed propaganda. But I've got the real story from the source. These aren't some faceless trolls. They're young, far-right, mostly Catholic, Christian, pro-American patriots. I mean, they dare to ask the tough questions. No one else will. And yeah, they're not afraid to stand up to the pro-Israel neocons and the homosexual conservatives who try to silence them. But guys, if you're ready to wake up, smash that like button. We're going to get into the lore. I got a few clips here for you to break down what is a Groyper.
I was very aware of, obviously, like, all of the Groypers tweeting when I got fired. Genuinely didn't know what the Groyper movement was outside of seeing you guys kind of pop up on college campuses and begin to ask some questions that I actually thought were very fair and questions that I hadn't considered. You know, why was I, when I was working at Turning Point USA, touring with Dave Rubin, who is a homosexual married man? Can you talk about, first and foremost, what a Groyper is and how the movement got started?
Well, it got started in 2019 when Charlie Kirk was doing his first big college tour. And I forget actually the first one. I think it was in Colorado. And a couple of fans of my show, I didn't tell them to do this. Actually, people had asked me before, should we do this? Is this a good idea? And I said, no, I don't think so. But two guys who watched the show, they went out on their own. And I think the one guy asked a question about legal immigration. You're against illegal, but you're for legal immigration. How's that conservative? And then another guy came up and he said something about Israel. You know, you seem to be Israel first. What about America? And the two clips blew up on Twitter, and I promoted them on my show. I said, that was unbelievable. That was really awesome. I said, because, you know, if we show up in MAGA hats and rosaries, who we are, you know, which is pro-Trump Catholics, and we present as the real right wing, this is unignorable, and people will start to ask these questions. So the following day, he did another event, I think, in Iowa. Once again, there were a couple of Groypers asking these types of questions. Then the third day, New Hampshire, same story. And
EVE Online is a vast.
And I remember doing a show covering the latest batch of clips. It turned into a thing. We were covering them on the show every night, the clips of these questions. And at that time, Groyper was a meme. It was like Pepe the Frog. And there's a few variations. There's Pepe, Marv, Apu, and Groyper was one of them. And Groyper's like a big cartoon frog.
Why is it named Groyper?
I don't know.
I literally don't know what Groyper means.
It came from a Twitter account called That Groyper. He just named it Groyper.
Okay, so it just doesn't mean anything.
No, yeah, it was technically called Easter Toad was the drawing, the proprietary drawing. But then some Twitter users started calling it Groyper. And at that time, you know, people would personalize the Groypers and make them an avatar. So, you know, they'd have different themes and different personalities. And Groyper became synonymous with like a far right, like retard. Like a Groyper was like, this guy is painfully, obnoxiously far right.
Okay.
And so I said on my show, imagine you're Charlie Kirk. You're standing up there on the stage sweating, and you have a line of Groypers asking you questions about the USS Liberty and dancing Israelis. I said, what must be going through his head? And ever since then, they took the Groyper standing upright, because the famous picture is he's sitting down like this. But they took a picture of the Groyper standing upright, And there was a meme at the time of Alex Jones walking down an alleyway, and they copy-pasted a bunch of Alex Jones. They said it was an army of Alex Jones. And so someone took that meme and they did it with Groypers. They had an army of Groypers marching down the alley. And I said, that's us. That's the Groypers lining up to ask Charlie Kirk a question. So that's the origin of the name.
Okay, interesting. I was always wondering, I'm like, what does Goyper actually mean? And so it's a lot of people that have these anonymous accounts, and like I said, we'll show a clip of it, but I thought it was very interesting because it was, I guess, questions that I hadn't really grappled with, which is, I'm on stage, I'm saying that I'm a Christian, and yet I'm touring with somebody who is a homosexual married man. How do I reconcile that? And rather than kind of getting the answer, and I think I particularly remember one clip with, gosh, what is his name? I'm totally blanking here. It's a Black Army vet. I know his name.
Smith.
Rob Smith. It was a moment with Rob Smith. And I think somebody shouted down the person and said that they were homophobic. Like the question is homophobic. And at that moment I went, yeah, you can't do that. You got to actually answer the question. There could be an answer, but we can't be like the left and just calling people names because we don't maybe want to confront that there is some substance to this question. But then you guys kind of, or maybe it sounds like it did start as an online movement. Who are the Groypers behind the scenes? Do you have communication with these people? Yeah. Obviously they're real human beings. But my point is that, like, is this movement, like, you guys are on a group chat and you know these individuals? Can we get a demographic? Are they older? Are they younger? Who are the Groypers?
Well, they are real human beings. They're all young white men. Or there's other men too. I mean, some of them are Hispanic, some of them are Black, some of them are Jewish for that matter. But they're mostly young men, college age, Generation Z, some of them even high school aged. Okay. And all of them very Christian, very Catholic also. They're fans of the show. You know, a lot of people say have this cult-like following. People watch the show and they adopt the political viewpoint, the religious viewpoint. And so they're basically far-right, pro-America, Catholic, at that time, big Trump supporters and young guys.
Okay.
So there it is. I mean, right from the source's mouth. That's Nick Fuentes. If you guys haven't seen him, I'm sure you have. He's pretty much everywhere now. Very popular figure on the right. Now, I'm going to play you another video. This is what the left has to say about what a Groyper is. This is Hassan Piker, who is a extremist, leftist, communist Twitch streamer. I'm going to play this clip for you now of him attempting to explain what a Groyper is.
That way, you're so stupid. Having said that, the old school Nazis, what is a Groyper? This chatter asks. Groypers are online Nazis. They're like the under the age of 35 in the Republican Party neo-Nazis. They mostly like meme online. They watch like Nicholas Fuentes. They also fantasize about race war, but they're primarily on like forums and stuff. And they're gross, but it's a little bit different than like Aryan nation style, like fundamentalist white nationalists. This type of Nazi. Yeah, no, that's what I thought. I thought it would be like this type of shit. Not this type of shit. Groyper, sometimes called the Groyper Army, or a group of alt-right and white nationalist activists led by Nick Fuentes. Members of the group have attempted to introduce alt-right politics in the mainstream conservatism in the United States, participated in the January 6th Capitol attack, blah, 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 blah. I hope that was I hope that.
Bored with your same 3 healthy meals? Make a Green Chef dinner with me. Tonight, it's organic Greek chicken bulgur with spinach. Organic veggies, no artificial colors or sweeteners, just natural whole foods. I'm loving the Mediterranean meals. Big, bold flavors, simple steps, and meals clinically shown to help.
Authorities are investigating the killing of the conservative political activist Charlie Kirk. The 22-year-old suspect in the case, Tyler Robinson, is scheduled to appear in a Utah courtroom tomorrow. The FBI revealing that the suspect wrote a note before the shooting saying he had the opportunity to take out Kirk and planned to act.
Joining us now is CNN senior law enforcement analyst and former FBI Deputy Director Andrew McCabe. So, Andrew, I want to play some of what Director Kash Patel said just this morning. Let's watch.
The suspect wrote a note saying, I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk and I'm going to take it. That note was written before the shooting. Evidence of its existence, we now have learned, existed before the shooting, was in the location in the suspect and partner's home. But we have since learned that the note, even though it has been destroyed, we have found forensic evidence of the note, and we have confirmed what that note says because of our aggressive interview posture at the FBI.
So help us understand what that means exactly.
I'm not sure what aggressive interview posture means. It's not something I'm familiar with. But what the director is basically saying is their investigation, which has spent a good deal of time apparently focusing on the shooter's residence, which he shared with the person who I think he's referred to as his partner. We're told from Utah state officials that that person has been very cooperative, seems to be the only witness that they've identified as being continually cooperative. And that person we know has shared access to their computer and phone devices with the investigators. And I would suspect that that access led them to be able to recover messages that were exchanged between the two of them that had been deleted but not permanently removed from their devices. So that's great evidence. But you know, it is evidence of something that we already knew, right? We know this person, Tyler Robinson, shot Charlie Kirk, and this just goes to his planning, his premeditation of that act. It's good for the prosecution, for sure.
Yeah, based on the evidence that they've provided. Wolf?
Let me follow up on that, Andrew. The Utah governor, as you know, Spencer Cox, says the suspect in this case was radicalized in what he's describing as a fairly short amount of time. In your experience, what does that timeline look like, and how does it happen?
So, Wolf, this is not a satisfying answer, I'm sorry, but it is different for every mass shooter, every school shooter, every terrorist, any individual who is compelled to engage in these radical acts of violence for whatever reason. They go through their own personal radicalization period. Sometimes it's quick, sometimes it takes place over years, sometimes it's at the encouragement and with the direction of a mentor, a religious figure, someone who is like pushing them in that direction. And other times it's entirely solitary, people who spend a lot of time on the internet consuming radical propaganda, whether that's from a terrorist organization or just really extreme violence and points of view that they find on social media. So all these things have different impacts on who are people who are pretty typically isolated, alienated. They have their own grievances that they bring to this radicalization process, and all that boils together in a very toxic mixture that leads us to a situation like we had last Wednesday.
Right, and we're learning more about the allusions to memes and video games on the bullet casings left behind. Walk us through how this sort of dark internet culture radicalizes people.
Yeah, so I mean, there's been so much talk about this in an effort to try to understand this individual's political desires, preference, what have you. I think the messages on the bullet casings are really really significant when you look at them in this context. So initially, most of us who are not spending all of our time in video games and video messaging applications and things like that, and like really trawling those areas of the very male, very violent, somewhat extreme kind of communities. We read some of the messages on the bullets, and they seem to indicate one thing to us. And then you hear, well, no, in the context of this particular video game, Helldivers, it might mean the opposite. At the end of the day, none of that is very helpful for investigators. Investigators depend on clear, persuasive, unassailable evidence. And the unassailable evidence in this case is that this young man publicly murdered Charlie Kirk, who was a widely known conservative political figure. That is really that's the only thing we need to know at this point. Mm-hmm. And trying to decipher more detail about his motives from things like the bullet casing messages, I just find it not to be particularly persuasive. We do know that the governor has said there is more information about his backgrounds and his political leanings that will be coming out tomorrow when he is charged in court. So
Right.
We'll likely learn some more that'll add to the picture.
Right, and just to follow up, authorities are alleging he did kill Charlie Kirk. Of course, we will wait to see. The charges are set to be filed tomorrow, and then he'll appear in court. But I wanted to get your take on the roommate here, because you heard the governor of Utah, Governor Cox, say that the roommate was shocked about this. The roommate has been cooperating with authorities and didn't have any idea this was happening. What role do you see the roommate having in this investigation?
It's a really critical question. I was a bit surprised when, in the initial press conference, when they announced that they had this person in custody, they very quickly talked about not having a prosecutorial interest in the roommate, which I thought was a little bit odd that at that early juncture in the investigation. The fact that that person is continuing to cooperate is a good sign. The fact that they haven't been charged yet indicates that investigators haven't found a really clear kind of smoking gun piece of evidence that ties the roommate to the planning or the execution of the shooting. And so that person may very well stay in this status of cooperating witness. But as the investigation gets deeper and deeper, and they start, like we talked about earlier, recovering deleted messages off of devices, it's always possible that their view of this person could change. And so I think we have to leave that possibility out there. Right now, they seem to be on a pretty clear path helping the authorities, but you really never know where that's going to end up.
All right, Andrew McCabe, thank you so much.
Thanks.
This is my 68-year-old lover's secret to getting hard as a rock every time, and it's simpler than you think. His secret is a 3-ingredient trick that increases blood flow to your hammer by 348%. Just take this at breakfast and you'll stay firm for up to 3 hours. This dirty secret to lasting more than 3 hours in bed went viral in just 15 seconds. Mix this drink and your anaconda will stay awake for up to 3 straight hours. Every actor I know has been using this tonic for years, and all it takes are 3 ingredients to work. It kicks in within 15 minutes and makes your cucumber hard as iron, and it even eliminates a toxin that makes your members shrink and go soft. It sounds crazy, but this drink beats any blue pill from the pharmacy without a single side effect. The biggest adult film stars take this natural tonic every day of filming to last for hours without failing once. It's just 3 simple ingredients, probably already in your fridge, and 15 minutes later, you'll feel the magic happen. And yes, it even added a few extra inches down there. If you've never heard of it, it's because the blue pill industry censors anyone who openly talks about this hack. But I'm revealing it now.
And joining me now is Republican Governor of Utah, Spencer Cox. Governor Cox, welcome back to Meet the Press. Our condolences to the Kirk family, to all of you in Utah who I know are grieving right now.
Thank you, Kristen. It is a dark time in our state's history, in our nation's history. Our prayers and hearts go out to Erica, her children, and Charlie's family. Thank you.
Governor, let me start by just asking you to update us on the investigation. What more have investigators learned about the suspect and the motive here?
Yeah, so there will be much more coming out on Tuesday when charges are filed. They are gathering evidence, interviewing known friends, people around the suspect. What we know so far, there are a couple things that we can confirm that have been reported. We can confirm that again, according to family and people that we're interviewing, he does come from a conservative family, but his ideology was very different than his family, and so that's part of it. We do know that the roommate that we had originally talked about, we can confirm that roommate is a boyfriend who is transitioning from male to female. So we know that piece. I will say that person has been very cooperative with authorities, and we have additional evidence, forensic evidence that has been processed. We'll be sharing that when charges are filed on Tuesday. So everything that we know confirms that this is the person. The why behind this, again, we're all drawing lots of conclusions and how someone like this could be radicalized. And I think that those are important questions for us to ask and important questions for us to answer.
Governor, you say that the boyfriend, the roommate, is cooperating with investigators. What specifically have you learned from this individual, and is the suspect cooperating?
So what we have learned specifically is that this person did not have any knowledge, was shocked when they found out about it. When he found out about it, the suspect has not been cooperating so far, and so we're getting all of this information from family members, again people around the suspect, and then the forensic information that we have, which is confirming everything and more than what we were able to share in that initial press conference.
Governor, I want to ask you about something you said on Friday. You said, quote, there was a radicalization that happened in a fairly short amount of time. How was the suspect radicalized? How quickly did it happen?
Well, again, those are pieces of information that we're still gathering, trying to understand. We do know, and again, this has been well publicized, that this was a very normal young man, a very smart young man, 4.0 student, I think a 34 on the ACT, went to my alma mater, Utah State University, but was only there for a very short amount of time. I mean, dropped out after less than one semester, and it seemed to happen kind of after that. After he had moved back to the southern part of Utah, clearly there was a lot of gaming going on. Friends that have confirmed that there was kind of that deep dark internet, the Reddit culture, and these other dark places of the internet where this person was going deep, and you saw that on the casings. I think I didn't have any idea what those inscriptions, many of those inscriptions even meant, but they are, certainly the memification that is happening in our society today.
Governor, I want to delve into some of the messaging that we have heard from you. Lawmakers, governors of both parties across the country have frankly praised what we heard from you on Friday, your unifying message. You said you see this as a watershed moment. How can this nation step back from the brink, Governor?
So look, this is you mentioned it in the introduction, but we have seen an escalation in violence that has been happening across the country. We've had periods like this in our past history. I've mentioned before in the late 60s and early 70s. Certainly, we saw these types of high-profile political assassinations. Another dark time in our history. People keep waiting for somebody to lead us out of this, and I think that's a mistake. I don't think any one person, certainly not a governor. I don't think a president. I don't think anyone can change the trajectory of this. It truly is about every single one of us. And I can't emphasize enough the damage that social media and the internet is doing to all of us. Those dopamine hits, these companies, $1 trillion market caps, the most powerful, have figured out how to hack our brains, get us addicted to outrage, which is the same type of dopamine, the same chemical that you get from taking fentanyl, get us addicted to outrage and get us to hate each other. I'm seeing it in real time since the tragic death of Charlie Kirk. I'm seeing it in every corner of our society. The conflict entrepreneurs are taking advantage of us, and we are losing our agency, and we have to take that back. We have to turn it off. We have to get back to community, caring about our neighbors, the things that make America great, serving each other, bettering ourselves, exercising, sleeping, all of those things that this takes away from us.
Well, Governor, you referred to social media as a cancer on Friday. That's an incredibly strong word. Do you believe that social media played a direct role in this assassination?
I believe that social media has played a direct role in every single assassination and assassination attempt that we have seen over the last 5-6 years. There is no question in my mind that cancer probably isn't a strong enough word. What we have done, especially to our kids, it took us a decade to realize how evil these algorithms are, and we're doing everything in Utah, first state in the nation a couple years ago to pass comprehensive reform. Sadly, these most powerful companies on earth are suing us to prevent us from implementing these things.
I had some years where I didn't take very good care of myself. I didn't think health was all that important when I was young and invincible, I guess. I never imagined that by my mid 30s that I would be in such an awful state with my smile, but it just deteriorated rather quickly.
I think the biggest thing that's going to change for Jenna after this procedure is that she's going to have this huge weight off of her shoulders.
To have the opportunity to just be free of all that.
Damn, I'm tripping. So yeah, man, I'm on the walk. My bad for the commercial break and the mutes. Yeah, I had to take a little walk with my son in the middle of the stream, right? Doing it up, but it is what it is. I ain't tripping. It's family first over this way. You feel me? So we at the park now. We finna hit the swings, do it up. You know, we finna do it up at the swings. But I did have another clip, but I'm not finna sit up here and listen to all them commercials. You know what I'm saying? I figure it's hot. We at the park right now. He'll probably be telling me he ready to leave in 30 minutes. You know what I mean? So come on, buddy. Oh, watch out. But yeah, man, I'm at right now. And B-Note, man, I really don't see how you still, it been 6 days. You still ain't just came out and said you're a fan of Nick Fuentes, man. Just come out here and say it. Just come out and say it. Just say you be watching that boy videos ever since I put you on. You trying to get on the little, no, you too big for that swing, man. You on the big boy swing. You don't want to get on the big boy swing? I'll let you do it for like 10 minutes, bro. Okay, no, you can't swing in those xylophones. These are xylophones. We'll put you in there. All right. Two. I'm back. Mic check, mic check. It done got hot as hell at this park. Man, it done got hot as hell at this park. Let me make sure my mic working. These headphones ain't hitting on nothing. They dead. Might well take them out. Damn it. My fault, my fault. All right, bet.
Hello?
You good? What's up with you?
Hey, what's up? Is this a new setup or something?
Oh yeah, you liked it, don't it? Yeah.
Yeah, I like that, man. Kind of, I'm like, hold on, they done got an update or something.
Nah, it's a different program. I was I be fucking with you heard of the Viral Way podcast?
No, I don't know nothing about none of that stuff.
Oh yeah, they on the West Coast. They some insane niggas. But they be using Restream. So I had seen it. I had used them in the past, but I be using StreamYard. That's what everybody else use. But this shit better than StreamYard for real.
Yeah, it look high tech. It looks like y'all got some good weather down there, man. What's going on, man?
Man, boy. But what you saying though, bro? You still you it sound like you're a Groyper now.
Man, I'm saying that the dude was a Democrat.
You say what?
The dude was a left winger, man.
Who told you that?
Shit, all the evidence. If okay, so but just like I said in the chat, if the bullet had MAGA on there, it wouldn't be no question. It wouldn't be no question of what side he from.
I ain't gonna lie. If it had that on there, I think that's a setup, bro. Like, what in your right mind think you supposed to put your active affiliation on your work? That ain't never been a thing.
Now I'm saying that's the new thing. That's what the dude did up there in Minnesota.
What do you do in Minnesota?
I put the engravings on there.
But what did they say though?
They were giving us some left wing stuff.
So but was it easily identifiable as left wing? That what you saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They giving up what they what they dying for, what they they it's like protest signs.
So that's what I'm saying. So you don't know what you're looking at when you're looking at it. That's what it sounds like.
Come on, man, nah, this ain't no professional. This is somebody in his feelings because dude is is excluding him and his partner
Oh
from
yeah.
being, from being from being normal. And he said that he was spitting hate speech. And that's what I'm saying. What conservative is fighting for hate? It's fighting for hate speech because, that Nick Fuentes dude, he ain't fighting for hate speech.
Yeah, he is. He says he's mad because he's not allowed to say the N word with hard ER. He feels like he said he
Yeah,
feel
but
like
that
he's
ain't hate speech.
man, all right, we ain't gonna do that. Anyway, hold on, let's get back to this what you just said about this Democrat stuff. I want to address some of that. So again, what don't you understand about Charlie Kirk and who he was as a person? He ran something called Turning Point USA, right? Where it had all of the biggest influencers on the right come in and speak. So you'll see Candace Owens, you'll see the Ben Shapiro's, you'll see Matt Walsh, you'll see all these people, so to speak, at these big time events. I think when they was first cracking off, right? But what you don't see, and
Connection. Hold
what's
on.
not
What you say again?
understood, I was saying that these Turning Point USA events, they housing all of the top influencers on the right side. So on TikTok and I guess on other streaming platforms, there's this conservative grifter. I call him a grifter. His name is Rob Smith. He is a black gay conservative. He be on Turning Point USA panels all the time to the point where him and Charlie Kirk was like best friends. Then I just showed a clip where Candace Owens said that she was distancing herself from Charlie Kirk around this time when she was basically realizing he wasn't who she claimed or whatever she said about him, basically being like a different conservative than what she progresses to be. Basically,
Hold on. Let me stop you right
Ron
there
Smith.
because ain't no
Go ahead.
Republicans talking about violence. They just talking shit.
What? You crazy, bro? I just played you 3-4 clips where they was actively saying they need to do some violence.
Oh man,
When I get back to the crib, I can play some more.
they need to do some
But
violence
yeah, bro,
to.
that's all they saying on
They need to
Twitter.
do some violence to other conservatives, even though left wingers is calling them out day by day, doing this and doing that, making videos about them. But they need to get at the conservatives, though.
Because they not conservative enough. You heard him call that
Oh
boy baby
man,
conservative.
that sound crazy, man.
It sound crazy,
That
huh?
sound hella
Bro, it
crazy
happened.
right there, man.
Let me put this. Look, let me put it in perspective for you, Pino. It's an Aboriginal Indian movement. Some people in the Aboriginal community feel like ain't no such thing as slavery. There was never no such thing as. That's an extreme position that some of them in that same movement do not participate in. So they splinter from each other, make their own channels, and talk shit about each other every day. We see it every
They
day.
not talking shit about each other every day, man. Come on, man.
You crazy.
They going at the left. Matter
Man,
of fact, but they
I'm
going
just
at
showing
everybody that's going at them. Matter of fact, they going at black people. They going at everybody that they be going at. They just ain't going at no like yeah, we be just tripping with the conservatives because you ain't conservative enough. Come on, man, that sound
no,
crazy.
that's not their only. I'm not saying that's their only target. You missing what I'm saying. That's that is a target though. That's a target. They have talking points that they hit on every day. They talk about every day. They talk about the Jewish Israel lobby group. They talk about black violence. They talk about trans rights being not a thing, and then they talk about conservatives not being conservative enough. It's the same talking points every single day on their stream. I could play literally 5 straight Nick Fuentes streams from every different day of the week, and they're gonna all have that same style conservative talking points. He's just gonna give you differences around that same
And
shit.
they never touched nothing. They never ran up on nobody. They never slapped anybody. They ain't
No,
got no video of them slapping nobody, having no having no melee, having no tussles, nothing.
yeah. I mean,
But what we do
that's
have,
fair to say,
but
Vino.
what we do
That's fair to
have
say.
with these last shootings, it been people that have been affiliated with the left and with the trans community.
But who is affiliate? That's what I'm saying. You keep making this affiliation because the nigga gay. You don't think gay people can be conservative?
Gay conservatives ain't tripping. They cool with old dude. Just like the old dude that got on there and said that, he gay, he married the dude, let him come make money with him. The dude let him speak at his things. He got a husband. They been to dinner with each other, all type of shit. He a conservative.
Who you talking about?
Whoever that Republican, whoever that, I don't know if he a senator or something like that, but he was on damn, what's that fucking the dude from UK that everybody be going on his show, Nick Pierre.
Oh, you talking about Piers Morgan? Oh, that's
Yeah,
my
Pierre.
boy.
He was on Piers Morgan. He a gay dude, and matter of fact, he called out the Young Turks because the Young Turks said something crazy. He had them on record and he had them up there sweating because he even said something crazy. Matter of fact, calling him a fascist or saying basically saying it was okay for him to get smoked. And the dude was trying to backtrack. You know what I'm saying?
They is fascist, but they is fascist. And what I can say to that Vino, first of all, they is fascist. Second of all, shout out to the Young Turks. I like watching some of their content. Cenk Huger and Anna Kasparian, they be doing some good journalism. So I like watching their content. But Vino, listen to what I'm saying to you. This dude came from a conservative family. They saying he got a lover that's gay. Why would you kill Charlie Kirk when Charlie Kirk um is a conservative that supports gay people having certain rights?
Because he done drifted
Obviously
away from his
because
family the same way that niggas be growing up, niggas be Christian. You know what I'm saying? Niggas can grow up with their grandma and shit.
I'm saying though,
These
but
niggas
think
done
about this
turned
though.
out to be the
He
illest niggas.
No, but this is the weakest part of the talking point for the side. They're trying to base all of this around his roommate being a transgender and that being his partner. But again, why would that make him attack Charlie Kirk, who is not overtly against the gays as like other people on the right would be?
I'm saying Cuz had it on his on the book. But
You say who?
I mean, but you saying that that's uh like a playoff. You think that's kind of like to try to like veer
What's a
away from
playoff?
the truth or something? You think that's kind of like a false flag or something?
I think you're saying about it being the Israel angle. I think that's what they're saying. They try to, and that's even again, bro. I'm the main one. I love doing the rabbit hole research when it comes to the Israeli regime. I just played a whole fucking hour and a half documentary of the creation of the Israeli state and how it was built on mob rule and shit like that. I'm not tripping on that part of the movement. When they actively pushing like Israel as regards everything, that's when it's like we get into the realm of what they're actually trying to be, which is anti-Semitic. You understand what I'm saying? Because it ain't just like
Okay, I think I.
it ain't just like it's like it's multi-layered. You see what I'm saying? It's multi-layered. It ain't just left, right. It's a lot of shit going on. I got Vinny in the chat. He talking about excuse me, please choose wisely. Like, bro, I'm like,
Say what?
do is they want to get a green light to go out and kill
Man,
liberals. That's what it is.
nah,
And
they
so they
just
gonna green light
they
liberals.
just looking at the facts, man.
You know, I just want. I hope this shit come out and you be true. I hope he really on the left. I hope that nigga really was a Democratic socialist, bro. So you could be right. Cause other than that, bro,
Yeah, I mean, the dude already said. The dude came out. The family came out.
yeah, the governor ain't saying that. You lying.
The governor said that he been away from his family, so he ain't been on no motherfucking conservative shit. He been away from his family. He been he been he been he done went against his parents' morals. You know what I'm saying? And they calling him out. His friends just calling him out. The neighbors just saying they was kissing and shit. But let me get that white truck.
No, Vino. You sound a little shaky.
Not at all.
See, what I heard,
I
he didn't say
appreciate
nothing.
that.
I didn't hear him say the words left wing at all. I heard him say he was radicalized in a short instance in time. I heard him say that he went to college, and I heard him say that he went to college for less than a semester and came back to his home state. I mean, his hometown. So that narrative that he was radicalized at school, that's dead. Then they had the narrative that he was wearing a Democratic shirt. That's not even him. That's a whole different white boy. So what are we standing on to make him left
What's making
besides
them
him being
left
gay?
is that the people that was working with him, came out and said that whenever they was having uh conversation about politics within the job, and they all conservatives, he veered off. Uh, and also his boyfriend, his family came out and said they ain't talked to him in about goddamn 3-4 years because he done went to the left and he done got radical and he hate conservatives and he far left. And then on top of that, hold on, and then on top of that, then we're gonna go with what was engraved on the casings. Hold on, real quick. We're gonna go with what was engraved on the casings. Okay, first we're gonna go with that old trans community, that old furball goofy ass shit they own. That shit is tied in to I guess to whatever I guess that little crouch in your shit or whatever them niggas that bulge in your crouch goofy ass shit. And then on top of that, that if you reading this, you gay. But that's another gamer group as far as on some trans gamer group type shit. You know what I'm saying? So that's what I'm saying. You gonna really know what's really going on.
I know exactly what's going on. You don't know. See, I can show you. I could go to that chat room right now and pull it up as soon as I get back to the house. I can show you that chat room. I've
Hold
been in
on,
that
so
chat room.
hold on. You been
So
in the
you
chat
asked,
room where it said if you reading this, you gay.
brother,
What the hell
yes.
you doing in that chat room, my nigga?
Nigga, I had to do it for the research to this video. They asked because I got niggas like Vino who will quote stuff they heard, and then I'd be like, man, let me find out if this is a factual thing. Then you find out that group that you're talking about that's actually active on the 4chan. With if you go in there, how you know who people is, sort of like how the Aboriginals is. They gonna do this shit based off either your profile picture or your name, right? If your name is like Indigenous Me G96, we know you're Aboriginal. If your picture got a war bonnet on it, we know you're an Aboriginal, right? These profiles, they have Groyper photos. They have photos of the Pepe Frog meme as their profile picture, and they use the languages that they use in these chat groups. So this is what I'm saying, bro. I seen it myself. It's not like a one-way street. It's a lot of people that you would basically think is probably like left. They in them groups as well, and they extremely racist, and it's weird, bro. There's left-wing white nationalists as well as right-wing white nationalists, but they all under this group of movement, and they don't like niggas, and that's
So
basically
you
what
saying that the left
they standing
ringers
on.
don't like niggas in 2025?
Yeah, hell, you didn't know that? The alt left and the alt right. Yeah, you know that?
No, I don't know no far left. Hold on. So the far left is cool with they cool with they cool with foreigners. They cool with aliens. They cool with trans, but they not cool with black.
They not cool with none of that stuff. They use that as a front to run their authoritarian play. It's all
So
politics. So they really are capitalists, right? It's all
who pushing that line?
and in order to be
So it's
who pushing that
it's
line.
them
What you mean?
groupers. It's them gropers too.
Yeah, they
What's
super
that
cap.
group called?
Yeah, they capitalists too.
Huh?
Listen, I'm breaking it down
Are
for
they
you.
just called capitalists?
No, so look, on the right side, there was something called the neoconservative or neocons, right? These neocons, they came from the Democratic Party in the 60s, 70s, and 80s. They became what's known as neocons. They were liberal when they was in the Democratic Party, was supporting the white man like they wanted to. So they moved over to the other side. But they kept their ideology with them. They brought the capitalist approach to, and they brought like the overseas capitalism. Like they big on bringing in outside money. They big on bringing in immigration, and that's why you'll see that even big time people on the right, they might talk about they down to immigration, but at the same time you find out everybody that work in their business is an illegal immigrant. So this is where the overlap is, and the real politics behind this shit. You see what I'm saying?
Hold on, that don't make sense because you try how how is far left and far right connecting with each other? If
So online in these Reddit threads,
anything, they'll be more
you
centered.
say what?
I said, if anything, they'll be
Nah,
more
bro.
centered. They wouldn't be far left and they wouldn't be far right.
So that no, the center that was kind of that's kind of how the party was been moving for a long time. What I'm just showing you how the left and the right can flip flop. It ain't like some concrete shit where it's like, oh, if you're on the left, you stuck over there. Like no, they flip and they flop all the time. So if you understand that they flipping all the time, and it's all based on one who is in the party at the time and what is important to the party. So at the time, white people felt like they wasn't important to the Democratic Party in the 60s, so they left, moved to the Republican side, right? This is then same time it's happening in 2012. A lot of people from the Democratic side left the Democratic side and went over to the Republican side because they felt the same way with the Obama stuff, right? With the the Obama administration, all of that. So that radicalized them again and sent more people on the left to the right. That's why Trump's numbers, if you understand what they was talking about, the reason why Trump's numbers is so low right now is because a lot of his voters this go around, they were first time Trump voters. He had a lot of people on his.
I don't know if you know you cut out, but you cut out though. Grandma don't know what her grandson been doing. I bet you grandma didn't know he was gay. I bet you grandma didn't know he been sleeping with another boy. They so conservative. I bet she didn't know that. But the people that, and then on top of that, if everybody conservative, why would they turn them in? Why would the own family turn them in like that? The daddy, if he knew that he wasn't right. Now, if he knew he was right, he doing some conservative stuff. They would have been like, no, they would have held tight. He doing the right thing. They conservatives. He a conservative. But no, you done crossed the family. He got the family looking crazy. His mama is embarrassed. His little brothers is embarrassed. All his cousins is embarrassed. His uncles, aunties is embarrassed from his behavior, just like his boyfriend behavior. Then got him um, X'd out the family. And now what you hear him talking about on TV. Love your kids. It don't matter what they is. Love them, love them, love them, love them, love them. Because they know that that's the problem. They know that they got some kids that ain't following their values and the family ain't fucking with them and they being They saying they lonely, they gamers, they not social. All they do is be on the game. They into this me world. They into this furry world. They into this gropers world. It's getting ridiculous. And I only really seen one argument that I seen that a woman was saying about her son. And she was saying that they should be able to call themselves whatever they want to call themselves to keep them from killing themselves. You know what I'm saying? That's what they were stressing. Like, all right, if my kid is a boy and he's saying he a girl, and people trying to stop him from saying whatever he's saying, he might kill himself. You know what I'm saying? So just let the kids say whatever they gonna say. Let them identify with how they want to identify, and so we won't have no dead kids. And I kind of felt that argument. You know what I'm saying? Like, shit, yeah. But ain't nobody tripping because ain't nobody tripping with them. But niggas just tripping with niggas when nigga might see a dude that think it's a female, he dressed like a female, and we call him a dude because he look like a dude, and now niggas is offended. Now niggas want to file charges. Now niggas want to say it's hate crime. Now niggas want to say all type of crazy shit because we saying what we saying, and now they saying, no, you're not using the right pronouns, you're not using the right terminology. And it's like, hold on, I know what I'm saying, but now I gotta do a whole bunch of crazy shit just so I guess the woman kid won't kill herself, won't kill themselves. You know what I'm saying? But when we really look at it, is that kid mentally challenged? Do that kid need help to where he gonna kill himself if somebody bust some jokes on him? Now, kids that's good at joking at school might get hate crimes, the same shit that we grew up at school doing, joking on niggas, cracking on niggas, making niggas cry from the jokes. The same way niggas be on her talking shit in the chat with jokes. But now they putting it out there to where it's like, all right, if you give somebody too many jokes, that's a hate crime. On some kids though. You know what I'm saying? So really, is that kid really mentally challenged? Do that kid really got a mental challenge, or are they babying the mentally challenged and putting the charges on the people that's that got all their senses and saying that, okay, yeah, you wrong because you not identifying them as they identify themselves, even though you don't even know the person. And that's where we at right now too, because they still won't just say, yeah, it's like a certain group that's saying, yeah, he was radicalized by the left, but just to everybody, the other side ain't giving it up because they like, hold on, we gotta hear it from his mouth. Fuck all the evidence. Fuck everything that make it make sense. Fuck all that. We gotta hear it from his mouth. If he say that he was a lefty from his mouth, then we'll believe it. But anything else, we not gonna believe, even if he wrote it on the damn bullet. That's how fucked up niggas is about this Democrat shit. And I'm a registered Democrat. Even though I only voted for Obama the first time. That's the only time I ever voted. I grew up in a Democrat house. Pretty sure we all did. But a nigga can still read between the lines, though. Like my nigga Lucky say, man, you gotta. I thought niggas was reading the room better. I thought niggas was able to read the room better than this. To where you can see one side spinning it, doing gymnastics, everything with the tongue. To say, all right, man, we fucked up. That was my folks. They did some bullshit. We apologize. We finna get this shit right. Nah, niggas can't even do that whole ass shit. And then niggas keep playing, jumping in these white folks' business, and niggas just to start getting some innocent black people hurt. Niggas supposed to get innocent black people hurt. Because niggas wanna disrespect the dead. Because a nigga said a weak ass white boy, weak white boy. I'm talking about the white boy, weak. Weak ass white boy said he gonna think twice if he get on the plane, if a nigga the pilot, he gonna be second guessing on if he wanna ride that motherfucker. Nigga, fuck that nigga. Like niggas is that much caught up into what this young ass white boy got. Nigga, the white boy younger than most of the niggas. That's what I'm like, man. You niggas is tripping with this young ass white boy. Matter of fact, the nigga just told me that the nigga is a virgin. Niggas is worried about a virgin. Niggas is really worried about what a virgin's saying. That shit crazy. What happened to my peoples, man? Nigga don't even be worried about no white boys. I never heard of these niggas. Nigga get online and go fuck with the niggas. Where the niggas at around here? What's up? Where my niggas at? Tap in with my niggas and see what's going on in the world. Then there's some white boys come around being all of the nigga business. Then niggas gonna get at the white boys, but then you be having niggas siding with white boys when niggas just having arguments. That shit be crazy.
I mean, you don't think that's what bro? What you think a MAGA gonna do? The MAGA gonna side with the white boy.
You say who?
Hold up, let me fix my mic. I say the
You,
MAGA gonna
you
side
say
with the
what?
white boy. Hold up, let me fix my mic.
Nigga Mac said death penalty. That nigga said death penalty. What you mean siding?
Mic check, my shit working?
It's a little echo though, but you good. Or it was an echo. Yeah, you good.
It probably cause I'm playing something in the back. Oh,
Yeah, the other side of the white boys want they hear. Matter of fact, you hear niggas talking about it. This nigga Damo crying again. Talk about they want civil war. They want civil war. They inboxing me talking about get ready for the noose around your neck. The noose around your neck.
I know what the problem is. Hold on, hey Vino, I'm finna play a song real quick. I gotta X out my computer and come back.
All right.
Let's go. On your ass, fuck nigga. I ain't finna wait no time. Let go. Hey. I can't keep listening to dude. I heard you shadow ban my nigga cause you out this bitch faking views. You broke as fuck in this bitch, probably dropped out of school. Now you on this bitch tryna go viral off faking news. He do this shit for clout, that's why he got Tariq and shit in his videos. These niggas ain't even big enough, that's why I drop subliminals. These niggas ain't even big enough, that's why I draw subliminals. You just a pseudo-coon. Hey, most of these niggas broken illiterate, they can't even read the room. He say the Vikings black, my niggas sound like a damn fool. Everything you got came from a white man, that's BYU. You just a Jehovah Witness and Mormonite. He think that he a Jacobite, but this nigga think he a Lamanite. Your skin black, nigga, they think you living with the curse. You always lying, you ain't monetized, nigga, you ain't got no purpose. I'm laughing out loud, nigga, you like a teenage mutant ninja turtle. They got a mask on. You quote niggas in your source like that's a big foundation. It's pseudo watch your mouth, nigga, and it's full of self-hatred. Again, you 12 hours straight. No citation. I ain't arguing with this nigga ain't got no translation. He saying copper color, but he penny picture broke. All your sources that you quote be straight Reddit posts. You plan on hopping all night, I ain't arguing with no joke. Flat earth logic, these niggas ain't even Bill Nye pseudo. Say you sorry, nigga, but you ain't, nigga, fuck that. Nigga citing Jake, nigga, hey, he citing Frank Joseph, nigga, like that's the history. Talking about Egypt was in America, nigga, that ain't no mystery. Bitch, you sound dumb as fuck. What you talking about, Memphis?
Well, you know that ain't a lot of cities out there.
What you talking about, Cairo, Illinois?
I'm just saying, we got a lot of cities out here that's named after that stuff, bro.
Dummy. Nigga be all this dumbass shit ain't even been across the country. Nigga, I don't give a fuck about shit when you ain't getting no money. Nigga lucky the beat cut off. I'd have kept fucking going on his ass, nigga, all off the top. Hey, listen, bro. Put your best in the motherfucking booth. Okay, I'm recording this shit off the fucking phone. I'm not even trying on you, nigga. Put your best, and I'll come out that bit, get in the booth for real, and I'll smoke one of y'all ass, man. Stop playing. Let me light my shit. I should be back in the. I should be in the paint now.
Yeah, you good, nigga. Don't make me jump on one of these instrumentals, nigga.
Shit, I've been fishing, trying to get somebody to get on one of them bitches. I say, damn, how many niggas I got to diss? You know, like I diss like 8 aboriginals, nigga.
Yeah, you been on niggas bumpers, man. I ain't gonna front. That's a whole different lane right there. When I first came across you, when you was playing your shit over there, I'm like, damn, the nigga, damn it. That shit hard though, but nah, that's hard though, man. I like your shit. I like the style though, for sure.
I'm gonna do some I'm gonna do some white nationalist content bars too. I got some
Nigga, you better
content for
be
their ass
careful
too,
in this
especially.
temperature, nigga. This ain't the right temperature. You been ducked off, nigga. They doxing motherfucker, nigga. They might try to stop your, your little get down, try to like tell the people who you doing business. They doing all type of crazy shit, nigga. Like for real, like the real police shit that you could ever do. I'm like, God damn, nigga. I'm saying the most
Man, whatever
police
they do,
shit that motherfuckers from the sideline could ever do, nigga.
they need to get them numbers up. I did a live stream a couple days ago. I'm going back looking at that bit. I got fresh comments from the day. I'm like, oh yeah, these white boys ain't playing.
Yeah, man, them niggas that's looking at that nigga like they Malcolm X or like a Martin Luther King, they trying to put a nigga on that level.
Yeah, somebody said that, bro. I forgot what live stream I was on. They said he's this era's Malcolm X. I say, bro, what the? First of all, Malcolm X is black. Like, what are you talking about? Like, you psycho. But I think they were trying to say, cause like Charlie Kirk was like the MLK, like the turn the other cheek conservative, and Nick Fuentes is like the gung ho Nick, like he like the Malcolm X type. So I don't know what they thought they was getting off. That shit was goofy. That shit was straight goofy. But let me put, I got another video I'm finna play. Hold on. Let me
Hold on, I
load
gotta
my
do
shit
something real
up.
quick. I'm finna tap out for a second.
No doubt, no doubt. I got a video I'm finna play. Let me see what we got. First, let me get this off the screen. Let me get that off the screen real quick. Bam. All right, shut that. Hold on, did he drop something new? I ain't even finna look at bruh shit if he ain't drop nothing new. Nah, I don't think that's propaganda right there. I'm gonna leave that one alone. Why would she post that? See, Charlie Kirk White been bugging. What is she doing? That shit was weird. I know what I'm finna do. I got a clip. I'm trying to figure out what a fascist is. That was another one of my things. I gotta figure out what a fascist is. I be having all these videos in my search. I mean in my watch later. I be forgetting to watch them hoes. That's another reason why I'm gonna go live. So I can watch some of these fucking watch later videos I got. Nigga put that bitch in the watch later and don't never got no later. Now that computer moving slow again. Come on, this bogus ass shit.
Hey, but don't you think that it's like, since everything kind of been coming out over the last days, don't you think that it's kind of funny on how the left news is wiggling? Like they just ain't standing 10 toes down. They like, tippy-toeing around the facts.
Nah, I would say, if anything, we can't get a straight story out of nobody. It seemed like this CNN and MSNBC, they hiding some information that they know that they don't want to say, and then Fox News just straight line. So it's like, brother, the truth is in the details, bro. And I'm paying attention to the details. It's a lot of shit that motherfuckers ain't saying on the mainstream, but they saying it everywhere else. And that's why this whole Nick Fuentes situation came around to be a understanding, because I was already doing the videos on this nigga. And then this whole Charlie Kirk situation take place, and it just fell. It just happened to fall like that to where everybody else who is under the age of 35 who been online their whole life, they like, hey bro, is that nigga a Groyper? Like this nigga got some. He's saying shit that Groyper say. This nigga he a little cringy. So, bro, I'm not the only one making this connection. I'm actually probably one of the smaller channels that's making the connection. Nigga, AP about to grift off this whole topic later on tonight. And I guarantee that nigga don't know a fucking thing about it. He didn't know who Nick Fuentes was at all till motherfucker 3 days ago. But this is what people do. They grifting off this content right now, and then the motherfucker tell me I'm grifting. No, bitch, you grifting. That's why the title of this show is grifting off low IQs. Cause that's what you bitches do. They get online, they make sure a nigga don't know about what they talking about, and then they get to talking in line.
But would you say that dudes in their lower 20s is more likely to hang with the same type of mind frame, that they got? I'm pretty sure ain't
Yeah, that's
no
what I'm saying.
far left hanging with no far right in their young 20s.
Bro, they is. This is what I'm telling you about this Reddit shit is different, bro. This Reddit shit, they got it to where, first of all, a lot of the interactions is all done online, so you never have to meet these people. So them meeting, the biggest meetup is them hanging out in the Discord, chopping it up back and forth. They might even get on a voice chat call. They might do one of them type panels. But what goes on in these chat rooms is they disseminate ideas, they pass through memes, they all play the same video games, right? They playing the same video game. And this is the real thing that I've been noticing, right? That this whole situation of why the young kids is on this wave, it because the streamers. So the stream like black streamers, bro. If you peep black streamers, they keep the niggas in check about nigga shit. Like all the black streamers, they doing the 20 verse ones. They doing like stupid prank content, or they got like rappers in that bitch, and they showing the rappers to the kids, right? But with the streamers on the white side, they all play video games all day long for 8-10 hour streams. And in between they video game sessions, they pull up videos about black people fighting. Then they pull up videos about, like, they play Nick Fuentes' content in the middle of their 8 hour stream. And this is how these young ass kids is getting exposed immediately to this type of information. They be playing these video games, and it be from older people on the games who are fucking dumb, and then and then the kids follow behind them, and before you know it, they like, how the fuck is all of these kids who got liberal parents running around here with Nick Fuentes? Is because they watching streamers who play the same video games that they play, and them streamers is playing and talking about Nick Fuentes all day.
Ain't nobody that's close to that dude saying that he into Nick Fuentes, said that he a groper. None of that. Ain't nobody close to them said that. Um, it's just people reaching. That's all it is. Nobody close. Ain't no primaries. People that's next to him that know him and that know his boyfriend ain't saying that they Nick Fuentes fans in the year 2025. That don't even. It's not even making sense to say, yeah, he a Nick Fuentes fan, and Nick Fuentes is against all gays, but he with Nick Fuentes. Like, that don't even make
Nick Fuentes
sense.
ain't against all gays. That's what I'm saying. Nick Fuentes ain't against all gays. Nick Fuentes first of all, he's a virgin, gang. Let's start there. Like, nigga 27, bro, Vino. What nigga 27, ain't seen or touch or smell no pussy?
And that's what's going and see, and that's what's so crazy. I don't know how it kind of got there. I guess it got there to where shit, man, ain't no more, young dudes walking up to females and macking them no more. I guess, niggas might be the last dinosaurs ever to walk up on a female, stop a female at the light, tell her to pull over, or, however niggas get at females on the face to face. That's not happening with this Gen Z and going down, and I don't understand that, you know what I'm saying? But, uh, that's a common thing, and it's also lingering into the black community a little bit. You know what I'm saying? For real though, it's lingering into the black community to where even black kids ain't even approaching girls in public, macking them down, and trying to get at them like that.
Only the only time we'll tell, right? Like I said, the truth gonna always be in the details. So they ain't gonna be able to get away with this. And then I have not even paid attention to motherfuckers saying that Israel has something to do with it. Like, to me, that's a throw off. That's a whole throw off. To me, he gotta. Even if he's not a Groyper, right? Let's just exhaust that angle. Let's say he's not a Groyper, right? What is the point of them blasting this man, talking about he's a democratic socialist and all this type of stuff, other than political, to try to get more people to the right to be Republican, bro? That's all this shit is about. This shit is a fucking game to these people.
No. What the act is political. You took out a political figure. You got political messages on the bullet, and also his people said that he just got political here recently.
So
I mean,
I bet if when we get this
yeah,
timeline,
but your mic messing up.
that's my mic. Hold on. Damn, bro, I was just talking. I feel like I thought I was going in. My shit was on mute.
Yeah, nah, nigga can't hear you. I thought you was just trying to get your mic together.
Damn, bro, I just said like a whole bunch of shit. Hell no. Hell no. But like what I was saying, bro. Damn, I just done and forgot. Hey, bro, I'm saying like I feel like this whole shit. Mark my words, bro. Cause I've been on. I know you don't want to say this. Nick Fuentes is lining up, but bottom line is I was on Nick Fuentes' ass before Charlie Kirk passed away, and now the whole world think he got something to do with it. So regardless of if you think he do or not, just respect the game, cause I'm on to something. So 2022 crypto crash. I've been with crypto since 2020. So, but when it crashed, then it was like they was doing a lot of meme coin shit, and I didn't know where it was coming from as far as what the next thing that was gonna pop off was gonna be. Cause most of the time it'd be like grassroots. It'd be like something that if it actually worked and it actually got some type of value, then I purchased it and then it'll go up. But at this point in time, it was like nothing was making sense in the market because it was crashing. So they was popping up shit and creating wealth and shit like that on their own. They was calling them meme coins. But to know when the next meme coin was gonna crack, you had to be in tune with the meme culture. And I'm trying to figure out like meme culture, like what is this was like all buzz terms to a nigga back in the day. I didn't even know what this was. But as I'm trying to find the next crypto token to invest in, I gotta jump down and figure I gotta be in Reddit. I gotta be in the different bet groups and I gotta get a Discord. I gotta be in all these different Discord servers. So I got a Discord and Telegram and all that shit, right? So a nigga was going through trying to find the next crypto tokens, and Pepe took off. Pepe took off. I'm like, what the fuck is Pepe? Everybody's like, invest in Pepe, invest in Pepe. So I'm like, what the fuck is that? So by the time I invested, I was a little late, but I made a couple dollars. And everybody that was invested in it, you know what I'm saying, they was kind of like had the same type of, they was basically like extra ultra conservative. And then everybody on Twitter started making a post like, hey, if you black, and you supporting Pepe meme token, you stupid because you should know this is rate. And they gave you like the history of where the Pepe meme came from. This was my first time seeing that the Pepe meme was like a racist. It was like a racist thing, racist connotations behind it. And then that was really my first introduction into meme culture, 2022. So I can almost guarantee Jit got radicalized in 2022, 2023, and
Hold
he
up, I
came
gotta
up out
step
of them
away
Reddit
real
threads.
quick.
You say what? I'm guaranteeing he came up out them Reddit threads. I already know it. So this liberal lady, I'm finna play this clip. This liberal lady, she she breaking down on the video because she found out that her son was in fact one of these folks online that be ultrally in these chat groups. So she had an emotional breakdown. She found out her son was a Groyper and shit like that. So I'm gonna break this down, let her say her little piece.
Morning. Did my son understand the memes? Did he know what the black pill was? Yeah. I'd never heard those things before. I didn't know what they meant, but my son did. My son did. My son understood. Internet is cut off in my home. We're done. We're done. This is done. We're done. We're done. So like we've been working on the issue for months at home because we knew something was wrong. I just thought it was like incel, but like what I'm feeling in that video is more like finding out who gave your kid the first dose of heroin. That's what that felt like. Because I couldn't figure out where it was coming from. You can go look at my bio, you can look at my entire page, you can see where I've always stood with humanity. And so I just couldn't figure out where it kept coming from. It's like a septic tank backing up. But like I couldn't find out where it was coming from. It didn't make sense. And so I felt like that. I felt like finding out who gave your kid the first dose of heroin. And I'm pissed. And I'm pissed at the internet because I know about techno-feudalism. I understand it deeply and I'm pissed. Because for us, it felt like I was finding out who my son's drug dealer was. We have been dealing with the incel problem. So, you know, the outcome of this root issue. But I didn't know where it came from. I couldn't figure it out. I knew it was about the video games, but I didn't understand it. Because my son is 22. He's 22, man. Like, I'm not going to be all up in his shit. He's 22. This started when he was like 18. COVID. So we've been doing all of the things to like deconstruct him and get him back into society, right? And it feels like today I just found out who my son's drug dealer was and how the fuck we got here. Because it didn't make sense. We don't share any of those ideologies at all in this house.
never have heard about. They call themselves the Black Israelites. Please welcome High Priest Shar, Kakam, Shaba, and Tazadakia. Welcome to the show. Why, I'll start with any of you. Why do you believe, what is your basic belief?
According to the Bible, the real Jews are black. The so-called Negroes in America are the real Jews, according to the Bible.
Okay. And you believe you are superior to whites?
We know we are superior. We're the chosen people of God, the Hebrew Israelites. And that's according to the Bible.
Hold it. I want to add to that, too. You said believe. We believe because we got documented facts, mister. When you start with the Bible.
Okay.
That's our foundation.
Okay.
Yes.
Lots of religions use that Bible, but
We're not
they
in the
reach
religion.
different
We're not in the religion. You didn't ask us, right? Did you ask us what we was into? We're into heritage. Our forefathers are Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. And the nation that came of them is the nation of Israel, the chosen people of the Lord.
Okay. What do you think about whites?
I beg your pardon?
What do you think about whites?
You're Edomites. You're the brother of your forefather. Esau is the brother of Jacob.
Let me read you some quotes, and you can tell me if these are accurate, okay? This was in Time magazine on June 21st of '93. We're going to be beating the hell out of you white people. We're going to take your little children and dash them against the stones.
Let me answer that.
Go ahead.
Okay, let me say
accurate?
this. Let me say this. That's accurate because when you read the book of Psalms, the 137th chapter, David, listen, let me finish my answer. David, the prophet David, was praying to the Most High God, and he was praying to dash the little children against the stone against Israel's enemies. And we are the nation of Israel. I noticed everybody laughed when the brother said that we're the chosen people. But what America is teaching, that everybody is God's people. So when a bunch of black men come up on the stage and tell you that we're the chosen people of God, why does the white people in the audience laugh?
Okay.
Because you're the devil that the Bible speaks of. That's why.
Right.
Okay.
Jerry, could I add? Right. We want to listen. We want to establish clearly.
Yeah, go ahead.
That we want to establish clearly to the audience and to America and to the whole world that what we're speaking is not our own thoughts, ideas, ideologies, or bad feelings. Everything that we say can be amply confirmed, cross-referenced with the Bible, with archaeological facts that we have. Now, in reference to...
I want to know what you're going to do to us.
What are we going to do to you?
I understand you're going to get a justification.
We ain't going to do nothing, but what the Most High... Listen, the reason we say it like that, because we know we're the chosen, first of all, we're the chosen people of the Lord. And we're
Congratulations.
Hold on a minute. We're going by the prophecy. Yeah.
I
know. When you finish clowning, I'm going to get serious. Now, you ask what we're going to do.
Damn serious,
you ask what we're going to do to you, we're going to read what the Lord said in the Bible. This is Jeremiah, the 30th chapter, 16th verse. Read it, Shabbat.
It says, therefore, all they that devoured thee shall be devoured.
And your people have devoured us. We've been over here for over 400 years. And castration, murder, slavery, humiliation. So the Lord said the ones that have mistreated us shall be mistreated. And that's not only you. Hold it. It's not only you so-called European, so-called Caucasian. It's all the nation. When you read this Bible, you read the history of us and all the nations, the dealings of all the nations that have unjustly dealt with our people.
It says, and all thine adversaries.
Go ahead.
The word adversary means enemy.
Go ahead.
Every one of them, not some of them, two-thirds of them,
brother.
every one of them shall go into captivity, which means slavery.
Go ahead.
Okay.
Right. So now, Jerry.
But before I go, I want to ask
Jerry,
this. You said, the priest said...
Wait, let me ask you a question.
The priest said this. This is a quote, and I just want to know if it's accurate.
Okay.
The only good white man is a dead white man.
You show me
Can I answer that, High Priest, y'all?
Right.
Well, you can understand why I'd be a little bit nervous, no?
Let me explain why that statement is made. The only reason that statement is made because we're going according, we are the mouth of God. We're the prophets of God. The words that we say are not our own words, they are God's words. Now, the only reason the statement was made that there's no good white man on the face of this earth because the Lord created you to be the wicked on the face of this earth.
Now, let me
according to Job 9:4, the Lord said the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. When you look at who's ruling this earth, you so-called white people are ruling the earth, so it's not hard to figure out who's the wicked. The ozone layer is polluted, you enslaved people, the animals are endangered, the water's polluted, because you're the wicked that this Bible is speaking of.
Okay. Let me plead guilty. Let me plead guilty.
You are guilty. According to
okay, let me finish my plea. You know, even the judge lets me plead. Okay,
And, Jerry,
let me say that you will find no argument from me. You will find no argument from me. Let me finish. You will find no argument from me that whites have mistreated blacks in our history. Flat out, plead guilty. What I am asking, though, I understand. What I am asking, though, is instead of all looking at this history of who did what to whom, what possible benefit do any of us have by using God to say that gives us justification for mistreating, abusing other people? Okay, the tape you provided to us, the tape that you provided to our producers said this, and I'll read the quote.
Go ahead.
Okay. Black Christian ministers and their followers are also stupid. And I'm quoting now, so please understand, I'm only quoting what you said.
Go ahead.
These dumb niggers sit around praying to some blue-eyed photo of a devil, and they need to wake up, end quote. That's true. Please explain that.
Well, please explain it?
Yeah,
what the word?
Because it sounds to me that's awfully mean-spirited. There's nothing Christian in that. I don't see that.
As the word nigger upsets you, according to your dictionary, it means low-degraded person. Now, when it comes to it and you check out all people on earth, the so-called Europeans are the lowest and the dirtiest of all people, as far as that goes. So everybody can be a nigger. Now, as the term goes, since you don't like the word nigger, let's just put it this way. Those of our people that have been set up by your people on this Christianity garbage to brainwash them in this madness about a blonde-haired, blue-eyed so-called white man that you would not find nowhere in these scriptures a description of. So we are saying they're traitors to our people under the orders of you. That's what makes them traitors, because they're being paid by you to mislead our people like you, to help you.
Okay. When we return, we're going to meet members of the Ku Klux Klan and hear what they have to say. Please stay with us.
Hello, I'm Karen Foss. This week, our Volunteer 5 group is called Doing Our Good.
Transgender person with a story to tell. If so, please call 1-800-96-JERRY, and you may be a guest on our show.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. If you just joined us, we've been talking to some black Israelites who have a very strong and, in some respect, militant view that the blacks are the real Jews, that they are the chosen people of God. They are superior to whites.
According to the Bible?
According to the Bible is what they say. And that they have said, and I have quoted from them, they have said that the only good white man is a dead white man. In a moment, we're going to be joined by members of the Ku Klux Klan. But first, take a look at a clip from a past show we did on the KKK.
A belief in the white race, furtherance of the white race. You can ridicule us, you can politically correct us to death, but we're not going away. 129 years, and we're going to be here 129 more. Klansmen, face the sacred cross. Back, ready to back. For God! For God! For a race! For a race! For a nation! For a nation! Klansmen, light the sacred cross.
Okay, now let's bring out the Imperial Wizard Daryl and Grand Dragon Eric.
Jerry.
Shabal.
What can I say? You guys are sharp dressers.
Yeah, that's incredible. Check out the dude that looks like Rerun over there.
All right, other than being insulting...
We're not being insulting, Jerry.
Measure the intellect of these guys.
What do you want to, without insulting them, what do you want to say? They are making a point that you make the opposite way, which sounds to me just as ridiculous, frankly. You keep saying that...
We can validate and substantiate what we say. They can't. Their arguments and what they say is based on dumb, useless rhetoric that everybody's been hearing ever since this country
The name Adam
raped, robbed, and
means
murdered
to
by
show
white
ruddiness in the face. Can you see any ruddiness in the over here?
Ruddy, what did ruddy mean? This dummy don't even know what ruddy means.
No, what does the word mean?
What does ruddy mean? You dumb.
Basically, they don't know how to read the Bible.
What is the definition?
They do not know how to interpret the Bible.
I would like him to give us a definition of ruddy. To show you how dumb these crackers are. Give us a definition of ruddy. Give us a definition of ruddy.
That's right.
Means to show redness, the blood in the face.
Okay. All right. Hey, we all got a short time on this earth.
Let's not... I gotta clear up the lie he made. When it says David was ruddy, that means young and tender. David was a young man. This dumb, he don't know a damn thing. Solomon said in the book, The Wisdom of Solomon, 1 verse 5 and 6, I am black. And Solomon was the son of David, so how the hell David was going to be written? Shut down, cracker. No, shut down.
He's not going to make a move. That's right. He's not going to make a move. You guys are phonies. You know what? Hey, Jerry.
Show yourself.
Jerry, we got provoke us. See, we're not here for that. We're here to convey intelligently.
We're going to make sure they don't have anything on them. Okay, all right.
A bunch of uneducated, unintellectual morons somewhere in the back. They don't know who they're dealing with here today.
Stupid, illiterate white people. Let me make this one statement. Jerry made a statement earlier and said, we're no different from the Klan.
Right.
Jerry, that's not true.
I don't like that.
Okay, first of all, a history of lynching. We don't have a history of hanging white people. What we're talking about unjustice. What we're talking about is that the Lord is going to bring on you for the acts that the Klan have committed and the government of the United States. How you stole this land from the so-called North American Indians. So we're not just like the Klan. We're talking about what God is going to do to you.
Right, God's judgment. Hold up. God's judgment for the 400, 500 years of continual injustice and mistreatment and abuse of the so-called Negro, West Indian, Puerto Rican, Haitian, so forth and so on. But when you mention these things happening to white people as punishment for what they did, all of a sudden the idea is hate is ludicrous, hate is crazy. But you can put the so-called Negro in your army and tell them to go bomb somebody that never did anything to him. Then violence is applauded. Then violence is accepted. Then violence, you can stomach violence on that behalf.
It is ludicrous, but the only good white man is a dead man, right?
What you think is so precious about your blood that it can't be touched? Did we do anything
I gotta let them talk too.
for them to bring us over here on slave ships and do what they did to us, rape us, rob us, maim us? Did we do anything to you? I don't think so.
No.
You did right. Now it says
you didn't ask your own
it says,
people
for my
in
love,
Ghana and Mali to sell you.
No, wait a minute.
Hey, just stop for a second, please.
Wait a minute. I'm 19 years old. I'm a white girl.
I got it. Isaiah 14:21.
I don't see him as a black man. I see him as a man.
Okay.
Okay? I see him as a man. My ancestors were not here. My ancestors were in Italy and Poland when those black people were here as slaves. How many ancestors of yours can you say were actually slaves?
We have to answer.
I think it was wrong. It was wrong. But yes, women were also beaten. When the women, I'm sorry.
You're making a point for us. You don't have to say a word.
Hey, Jerry.
When the women fought with the black man to get the right to vote, the black man got the right to vote before the woman. The woman did not get the right to vote till years and years later.
Here's the answer to that question.
Jerry, ask them, Jerry, why their ancestors sold them into slavery.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a break. All right, I'm going to give you both sides a chance when we come back. We'll be right back.
Tomorrow on Springer, they're teen girls doing whatever it takes to survive on the streets of Hollywood.
You have sex with men for money?
Yeah, I do.
You want help, don't you?
Diane got herself off the streets, and she wants to help give these girls a second chance.
It is not a requirement in life to sell your body. I don't really have any other choice.
Is it too late to save these young lives?
I cry all the time when I'm out there. I still do.
Tomorrow on Springer.
Whoa, if you just joined us, we've been talking with two groups from the opposite ends of the spectrum. The Black Israelites, who believe that blacks are superior and believe that, one of their quotes, that it's God's will that the only good white man is a dead white man. On the other side of the spectrum, we have the Ku Klux Klan, who have a long history of lynchings, of bigotry, of hatred towards blacks. Now I want to bring some other people out on this stage. Daryl's wife, Anna Lynn, and another female member of the Klan, Beth. Let's bring them out. I gotta say, when I see you all acting as you act, expressing the beliefs that you believe,
aren't you proud?
I understand, not one little bit proud. I'm frankly embarrassed.
If it wasn't for people
and I can understand. Believe me, I don't like what they're saying.
There should appreciate us, because if it wasn't for us, who would stand up against these people?
What about they? They're doing the same thing.
Where you coming from?
Let me say this. Let me say this.
Smash our white babies' heads.
As I understand it, though, in your church, the women are, and correct me if I'm wrong, are to be silent, are
Get
to
the scripture. Yes.
are to be
Get it, man.
are to be separated.
Wait a minute,
Tell me about this.
This is where we get our guidance, okay? This is our guidance. Go ahead,
Okay.
tell them where you're at, brother. Read it.
Everything we go by is according to the Bible. We can prove everything we're saying by Bible.
Okay, tell me.
2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Let the woman with all subjection, but I suffer
What can I say?
1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
There's only one problem with your whole program, and that's the Bible doesn't apply to you.
The word of God.
Read on.
Are to be silent. Are
Get
to
the scripture. Yes.
Are to be
Get it, man.
are to be separated.
Wait a minute,
Tell me about this.
This is where we get our guidance, okay? This is our guidance. Go ahead, tell them where you're at, brother. Read it.
everything we go by is according to the Bible. We can prove everything we're saying by Bible.
Okay, tell me.
2 Corinthians 2, verse 11. Let the woman learn in silence with all subjection, but I suffer
What can I say?
1 Corinthians 14 and 34. Let your women keep silence in the churches, for it is not permitted unto them to speak.
There's only one problem with your whole program, and that's the Bible doesn't apply to you.
The word of God.
Read on. You missed one.
That's the one
And it says, and if they will learn anything,
What's your reaction? I
and
want to
if
hear
they
the
will learn anything, let them ask their husbands at home. For it is a shame for women to speak in the church. Now talk against it and condemn yourself. Talk against God's word and go and condemn yourself.
Okay. You
not
said
waiting
it.
for
Now,
you.
I just want to hear. Hold on. I just want to hear from the women now, responding to what you have read. Of
course, they're not going to be.
I would like to invite
You're not a woman.
person in this room to go home and read your Bible, and you will understand that they are reading that out of context.
Thank you.
You have to read more than one or two verses
I read it verbatim. I read it verbatim with no deviations. I didn't know which one word. I don't have a word.
What are you talking about?
God no, God does not hate. He might hate you, the hate of you.
Romans 9 and
He might
13.
hate the hate of you, but he will not hate all of us because we do not hate and God does not hate.
Romans 9 and 13.
You just said. Quiet.
God
You
wrote
just
the
said.
Bible.
I'm asking you a question. You just said Is it true that you just said that the Bible doesn't apply to them? Bible doesn't apply to
not
blacks?
Adamic races? No.
The what?
The non-Adamic races.
Adam, blood in the face.
They were here before the Adamic race.
White man,
does not apply.
If you can't blush, you're not the Adamic race.
Does not apply.
I want to say this.
Yeah, let him say this.
You know, we consider it an insult for you to have the clown.
Quiet.
God
you
wrote
just
the
said,
Bible?
I'm asking you a question. You just said, is it true that you just said that the Bible doesn't apply to them? Bible doesn't apply to blacks?
Non-Adamic races? No.
The what?
The non-Adamic races.
Adam, blood in the face.
They were here before the Adamic race.
White man,
does not apply.
If you can't blush, you're not the Adamic race.
Does not apply.
I want to say this.
Yeah, let him say this.
You know, we consider it an insult for you to have the clowns like this on with us.
Well, we consider it an insult to be next to
I don't want your clap. I want you to understand. These guys are not on our level.
Okay.
And you know that.
But they are funny.
No, you're right. We're much further above you.
But in this country,
that's why you burn it up in the sun.
Yeah, that's what. No, I did not burn much
Talks
up.
about the burn up in the sun because
Also,
you're
my
serious.
brain weighs more than you because I'm intelligent.
I told you
Romans
Your
the
brain
9th chapter.
weighs less than mine, and that is
Thing about
scientific.
respect, it's my turn to talk.
Okay, let him
I got a problem with you. All right? I got a problem with you. I'm from the South, and it's because of clowns like you that's given me a hard time all my life, because I'm a big guy from the South. People look at me and associate me with idiots like you. I want to know what religion... I want to know what religion you believe in. I want to know what religion you believe in, because the Bible said that Christ died. The Bible says that Christ died for all of us. That includes these gentlemen up here.
One of these idiots.
Hey, watch your mouth, man.
Hey, you know.
Intellect. Hey, that's
Don't say you're from the South. You're not.
You're right. You know what? The difference is, whatever they are saying, they're not using foul language in front of the women. So why don't you behave yourself?
They don't
all
have
right?
the educational level to do so. They don't have the education.
No, I want to Jerry.
Mardi Gras was last week. Tell them to get out of their Mardi Gras costume.
Hold it. We're not going to, that does not warrant an answer. But I'm going to say this to you. The young lady just got up and said, God don't hate. We're going to read that out of the Bible.
Now, in answer to God don't hate, Romans 9, verse 13.
Love thy neighbor. What happened to that?
As it is written, you're going to try to drive it out. As it is written, Romans 9 and 13. As it is written, Jacob have I loved, but Esau have I hated. God hates Esau, the so-called white man, according to the Bible. Get around it. Get around it.
Hey, coming up next, we're going to meet a man who says he was a victim of the black Israelites. He's here to confront them. Next, please stay with us.
Your life? If so, please call 1-800-96-JERRY.
Welcome back. If you just joined us, we're talking with racial supremacy groups, the Black Israelites and the Ku Klux Klan. Let's bring out Andrew.
All right, Jay. I want to read one thing to finish what I was saying. One thing, that's all. One thing is short. One thing to confirm what I'm saying with the Bible. If any man have an ear, let him hear. He that leadeth, this is Revelation 9:13. He that leadeth into captivity, one moment. He that leadeth into captivity shall go into captivity.
Okay, thank you.
You didn't tell me this was going to be a pajama party. Come on. Well, you get off intimidating people.
Don't get in my face.
In
You stay over there.
public.
Don't run up. You stay the hell over there.
Sit
You stay the hell over there.
Sit down. Hey, Andrew.
Out, man.
Get that clown out of my face. You ain't going to do nothing but get put down.
You need to keep them down.
Andrew? Hold right.
Keep those savages in their
This little skinny moron.
Cannibal.
Hey.
Leave that devil alone.
Andrew, they are right. You don't come out here and tell me your story and then we'll hear it. But don't come out and just yell at them. Let me hear your story.
Yes,
I was not yelling at them.
You did a good job.
Listen, for years in New York, these guys standing. No way, man. I've seen you. I've seen you. Let me speak. Mr. Smith. Let me speak.
I'll give you a chance to answer. Let's hear his story, then you can answer.
That's enough.
Let's hear your story.
You go to a movie in Times Square in New York with your girlfriend, and if she happens to be black, you guys scream at us.
That's a lie.
And
that's all right.
It is not.
That's our woman. We have
That's
that
your
right.
right.
That's
your
our right.
woman.
That's
She's
right.
not your woman.
He made the white
Your
woman for you.
woman
He
is
made the
telling
white
me that
woman
you
for
guys
you.
are
He made the white woman for you.
Everybody agreed on
Oh yeah, we agree on that. And we agree that we ain't gonna let you hurt us. We agree we're not gonna let you hurt us too. We agree on that too.
Flat behind
Hey,
white girl
Bonnie, with your big old head, you better sit down because you are not better than them, okay?
Go play. Go play.
I'm sorry, you both are really stupid.
Take your toys.
Just because he has a black girlfriend, you have to
Look, sit down,
insult them?
woman. You don't know what you're doing. Just sit
Don't
down
make me
for
come
a
up
while.
there, okay? Because you
What she say? What did she say?
Go back under your rock, man.
Can I say one thing?
Finish your story.
You know
You're
what?
black.
Give me a chance to get a word in edgewise.
Okay, so you were going to a movie theater with your black girlfriend.
Exactly.
Start insulting you. Then
And what
what?
happens is they shout at you to tell you that the white man's a devil.
You are the devil.
No.
Well, hey, thank you very much. They tell you that they literally insult women. They tell your girlfriend that she's a bitch, that she's an idiot, that she's getting poisoned by the white man.
Why would you do that?
Why would we do that? Wait a minute.
Why would you insult someone? You don't want to be insulted.
You classify
You insulted
it
a girlfriend.
Exactly. You classify it as an insult. But what we're really doing is constructively instruct. Hey,
calling her an idiot? That's constructive.
Wait a minute. Well, don't cut me off.
Go back.
What everybody's trying to prevent, I'm gonna tell you, what everybody absolutely fears and is trying to prevent is the solidarity and the unity of the black man and the black woman. So you're using these little divisive tactics to put it to the black woman's head. First of all, hey,
we'll take a break. We'll be right back. We'll hear from you in the audience. We'll be right back.
For your free tickets to the Jerry Springer Show in Chicago, call 312-321-5365. Tomorrow on Springer.
You want help, don't you?
They're teen girls and they're living on the streets. Tomorrow on Springer.
Welcome, bring it back.
I have a question for all of y'all. First of all, you don't have any right to sit up here and say who's right for what. God said everyone is created equal, no matter what color you are. Equal right. And for you guys to say, I'm talking here. Israel to sit up here and preach from the Bible.
Just relax.
Preach from the Bible, and for when you see a black girl, a white man to have the nerve to call your own kind a bitch, you ain't no good yourself.
Let's get some understanding. He gonna read out the Bible, but I'm gonna say this.
Put that Bible
That
away.
goes for any woman that goes against some man. That goes for any woman, any nationality of women that goes against their people.
No.
Okay.
Deuteronomy 7 and 6. And that's all people are not created equal.
Damn racist.
Now here's our answer right out the Bible. For thou art an holy people. Deuteronomy 7:6.
What you read?
For thou art an holy people unto the Lord. The Lord thy God hath chosen thee to be a people unto a all people that are upon the face of the earth. So all people are not created equal according to the Bible.
It's certainly not you. You're reading it out.
Why do you have to go to the beach and get up under the
Jerry, why you gotta
and get a skin?
get
Wait, you say all people are created equal, right?
Why you gotta have suntan left?
You know, you hear sometimes in the office I hear this.
We're not equal.
Mary, your tan looks so beautiful. Where did you go? Then a black woman is standing right there. Why you don't compliment her? Because we are superior to you physically, mentally, spiritually, intellectually, and in all aspects.
Just sit down. You're
Everyone will stay in their seat. If everyone stays in their seat,
They don't want to come over here. They come over here. They know what's going to happen. Come over
Quiet, please.
Keep them down. We'll stay down.
Okay, I will very briefly answer your question, because you asked me a question, then she's going to talk to
Need
you.
a little
Let's just hear
tan,
it.
too.
Okay.
Oh, God.
Tan don't
If I want to go to the
I'm a
beach...
racist for telling the truth.
Shut up.
That makes me a racist for telling the truth, right? You want to espouse this equality stuff. Go ahead.
Swear.
You were the one. You just said that if I want to go to the beach and look darker, maybe it's because I think, yeah, it looks better being darker. But you know what?
So how's that equality?
Wait, if I ever went out with someone who was black, you would get pissed off.
Look at Jerry popping this shit, man. See, shout out to Jerry Springer, man. Jerry was ahead of his time, man.
I think it's great that you guys know the Bible so well, but it's really a shame that you're so confused because the Bible said
Look at the behavior, though. This is really what I wanted to display. Let me pause this real quick. Or I'll just mute it. So the behavior is what I'm trying to focus on, as well as showing how these ideologies, they don't differ at all. The white man feels like all the women of his ethnicity are for him, and the black dude with the turban on, he feels the same way, which is why the white guy was trying to fight him off the dribble. He came in there like, I see y'all on the street corners in New York when I be walking with my black girlfriend, and y'all be throwing shit at us and calling us names. So the blacks and the black supremacists and the white supremacists, they align for sure. They align for sure. And watch how they display their ignorance. It's very aggressive, very ornery, very very intolerable to other stances. Look at the intolerable demeanor of all of these people, both white and black. Look at how they cannot stand to have open dialogue. Listen to their commentary back to the crowd. This is key to understand why we are so radical today. This shit has been bubbling for years and years and years. I wasn't even alive when this Jerry Springer clip came out. But these people still exist today. I argue with Hebrew Israelites on YouTube and on TikTok every day. I argue with white supremacists on TikTok every day. They have not gone nowhere. I'm finna go argue with some Hebrew Israelites and black supremacists right after I get off this live stream. This is what I do every day. I argue with black supremacists and white supremacists, and I'm showing all you bitches sound the same. You got the same rhetoric. You all think you Christian, but you perverting this scripture. The Catholics did some of the most raping and pillaging across this entire world for 300 years, boys and girls. They don't discriminate. They take manhood, and they take womanhood. They don't care. And then you turn around, you got these same black supremacist organizations. They got people in them going to jail for child touching and all that shit. The Dr. Yorks of the world, the Polites of the world. These degenerates, they have something in common, right? They have the same thing. They believe this extremist, biblical, bullshit, and they both believe they are the chosen races. So until we address what the real problems is and what the foundation of these idiotic ideologies are, we're gonna continue to live in a repeat cycle. We got black supremacists versus white supremacists, Hebrew Israelite versus the KKK back in the 80s. And I could do an exact same panel today. We could get some black Hebrew Israelites right now. We can get some KKK members right now. We can get a splinter group of the Hebrew Israelites called the Aboriginals who believe that the real Indians are black people in the Americas that are the natives of the land, and they also come from the Hebrews of the Bible. This group still exists, and we can find a splinter group of the KKK who thinks that white people are more superior, but they've just branched off and they don't wear that costume no more. It's the same thing we dealing with today. And to the brother in the I don't know what it is today in the chat saying that Charlie Kirk is definitely not a white supremacist, and if I think that, then I'm uneducated. I would beg, like I said, I would beg you to give Kirk's body enough chance to rest. Enough people are kicking him in. He said enough detestable things to where I would basically be justified in saying what I need to say about him. But that's not how I move. I'm gonna let all this shit die down, and then maybe I'd give my honest opinions about Charlie Kirk and what I think he is. But what I do know for a fact, and why you didn't address that necessarily off the rip, is that Nick Fuentes is for sure a white supremacist. When you asked me that question earlier, you kind of led me to believe that you thought that both of them were not white supremacists. But when I made my statement and said that I know for a fact Nick Fuentes is, I played his clips of him saying it out of his own mouth. You don't refute that. So I don't really know what your point was with the comment. Are you saying that do you support Nick Fuentes, or are you more on the Charlie Kirk conservative team? Right? Because I do understand there's a difference. I do understand there's a slight difference.
One thing is verbatim out of the Bible.
I don't
Next
really
thing
have
is
that.
like their own interpretation.
I don't really have a question. I have a comment, and it's basically pertaining to the young lady that's sitting down here in the black T-shirt and the young lady that's sitting up on the stage. She was making a statement about you weren't here when slavery was going on, so why should it affect you? You reap benefits.
That's right, sister.
Of what has happened because of slavery.
That's right, sister. You took like she was spitting that real. Okay. So he says, they say, as for Nick Fuentes, I don't really know much about him, so not sure his views. One thing, but Charlie Kirk is definitely not a white supremacist. Okay, so since I've been doing these live streams and I've pivoted away from the content that I normally create, I've been getting a lot of white people in that have come into the live streams. This live stream less than others, but usually when they come in, they're pretty detestable towards blacks. They use the N-word with the hard ER, and they're usually coming to bat for Nick. They're usually from the Groyper movement, maybe because his name is in the title. It makes it in their algorithm. I don't know how the algorithm works, but I don't have nothing against nobody. I have no dogs in this fight. I'm not white, first of all, so I don't even support blacks trying to be in his movement. So for that, and I don't support blacks being on the conservative side necessarily as well, because I don't see how any day or any ideology you can stand next to somebody who thinks that you are a degenerate based solely on your genetic makeup. So if someone thinks that just solely off my genetic makeup that I am in fact inferior, then no, I don't care what political views we might overlap with. I can't consider myself a part of your position. Simple and plain. That's how I look at things. But I'm shutting this one down. I will be back same time tomorrow, roughly around the same time tomorrow. So like I said, I'm on the hunt for somebody to prove me wrong. I haven't seen nobody prove me wrong yet, I got the person in the chat saying Charlie Kirk is not a white supremacist. I'm gonna take I'm gonna take your word for it for the next 13 days. But over these next 13 days, I'm gonna be gathering information, and I'm gonna come back with a response. So Moist Trilby, I'm gonna come back with a response probably in about 13 days to if I think if I think Charlie Kirk is a white supremacist or not. But I will say he didn't deserve to go out the way he went out. I don't believe the narrative that they're pressing right now. I think that it's clearly choreographed. And if anybody doesn't think that, it's willfully ignorant at this point. It's clearly choreographed responses. Just like we seen years ago when they made fun of the left for doing these choreographed responses where all these different news outlets regurgitating the same script word for word. This is what we're watching in real time. We're just watching it from a different vantage point. So you can choose to fall for it. You can choose to accept it because it's your side that's doing it. But it's just going to continue to further and further spiral until nobody has rights anymore. And they got us walking around this bitch like we in China. So that's what I see the end goal as. All this fighting, left versus right, Groypers versus MAGA, blacks versus white, uh, black Americans versus black Caribbeans. All this shit is a finesse to get all your rights taken from you so they can put you dummies back into slavery, back into indentured servitude, and keep raking over your head with this techno-feudal capitalism. That's what the fuck is going on. Techno-feudal capitalism that's running the whole thing, got your algorithm thinking that every black person in the world is a degenerate, right? Techno-feudalism got your algorithm thinking every white person in the world is racist. Techno-feudalism got your algorithm thinking that every black person online is an aboriginal. Meanwhile, these are niche things that are becoming popularized by this bullshit ass algorithm from these bullshit ass techno feudalist oligarchs. This is what this shit all comes down to. This is what this shit all comes down to. So will some people get caught up in the crosshairs? Will some people catch strays verbally as far as trying to figure out what the truth is? Maybe. But it's not malicious, right? And I'm not painting any pictures. I'm going into this thing and I'm just doing research. I started my live streams trying to figure out what a Groyper is and why is Nick Fuentes becoming replatformed. And the same week that I started my live streams trying to figure out why come Nick Fuentes is getting replatformed, Charlie Kirk passes away, and everybody on TikTok is trying to tie two and two together. So I'm just trying to figure out what everybody else trying to figure out. And what I do know, they lying on CNN, they lying on Fox News, and they lying on MSNBC. Like we know that they've been lying for at least the past 10 years. Ever since Tucker Carlson was on Crossfire, and they had that little political commentary show where people was going back and forth. Ever since that show, news has been lying. You can't get a cold glass of water up out of the news team. So I'm gonna just let that be known. I don't believe shit MSNBC is saying. I don't believe shit CNN is saying, and I don't believe shit Fox News is saying. Especially when you quoting Twitter, you looking at Twitter posts, you quoting Twitter handle posts, and that's what you're regurgitating. Bitch, I can do that. That's why I'm on live right now, looking at my Twitter feed, doing the same thing. Because if that's what news has become these days, then at least I can do it without a bag behind me, without some corporate donor where I'm knowing that these people are literally pushing an agenda. I don't want to hear your agenda. And you need to disclose, just like in the crypto space, you need to disclose if you are a paid advertiser. If people paid you to say what the fuck you saying, you need to disclose it. Just like they make people in the crypto space disclose that they were paid to advertise this cryptocurrency. That's what we need with this political shit, right? Because it's too many people popping up out of here, just like the chorus program with the Democrats, and they had dark money funding to get all these progressive channels to get popping up on the left and start regurgitating talking points. That is propaganda. That's bad on the left. that's bad on the right, and I don't support none of that fuck shit. Right? I will not be propagandized to. You will not make me the fat cattle on your feudalist farm. I'm not going for it. And I'm tired of being algorithm farmed and oral farmed for these techno oligarchs. And it shit happens every day. So you guys continue. If you want to play the race game and jump and indulge and do all this goofy shit, by all means, you do it. All right. But I'm gonna try to build my channel up, grifting off of low IQs. It's your boy NPM. Stay swift.